Biden is out and Kamala is in. The election went from drool runnings to cool runnings faster than a female cop can fumble her firearm. Move over, RFK. This November, we've got a new throat goat, and apparently her headshots don't miss. Kamala Harris, or as we call her, War Hawk Tuah, the half-black, half-Indian parents met at a 7-Eleven robbery, is officially the Democratic nominee. Surely the Dems, the party that calls Trump the end of democracy, surely they allowed the voters to choose Kamala, right? What? No? Wait, there's no right to choose? Guys, this is a presidential election, not a woman's body in Oklahoma. Now, I don't want to seem like a flat earthing, dinosaur-denying, believe all women conspiracy theorist, but it kind of feels like the Democrats dragged Biden's lifeless corpse through the campaign long enough to avoid a primary so they could place whoever they wanted as the nominee. And that's about as democratic as North Korea's Got Talent. Sidebar, last year's winner, Ching Chong Chestnut, ate 46 rats. Congratulations, Ching Chong. That's a lot of rats. We'll look forward to seeing how many you eat next year. What I'm saying is they used a vegetable to install a plant, and honestly, we would have been happier with a fruit. But the reality is it doesn't matter. Last week, Trump became invincible. Literally. He was leading before, and now he's #1 with a bullet. At this point, if the Dems wanted to beat Thrifty Cent, they'd have to run George Washington, and Kamala could work for him. Paid. Now, why is Trump invincible? Because he has the power of Hulkamania, obviously, brother, with a hard R, and also because this pimple-lipped, pug-faced incel, we'll call him a trench bulldog, tried to make Trump's brain public domain. Fortunately, even a bullet couldn't make Donald open-minded. Now, getting a shot off at the president must be an incredibly difficult thing to accomplish. I mean, not as difficult as finding binoculars to fit his eyes. Jesus, he looks like the sloth from Ice Age, but he must have designed a pretty ingenious plot to circumvent the Secret Service and the... Oh, what's that? Wait, you're saying that Herbie Potter was just walking around with a loaded gun like he was on an Alec Baldwin set? He was carrying a fucking ladder and a rangefinder? He propped it up on a building that had cops in it, positioned himself on the roof with a perfect sight line to the president, and no one did anything? This Mickey Mouse security detail was so goofy it made Donald duck. Oh boy! Who's in charge of the Secret Service? A lady? Wait, what? Seriously? Well, of course she didn't have anyone on top of the building. Women only care about shots on a roof when there's a pool party. Now, I don't want to seem like a Bigfoot tracking, moon landing denying Jews don't control the weather conspiracy theorist, but it doesn't exactly feel like a 20-year-old fetal alcohol face McLovin should be able to infiltrate the most advanced security detail in history. I mean, the only other thing he's penetrated was his palm. Did Kim Cheadle hire Epstein's NyQuil Night Watch? What the fuck is going on here? This just doesn't feel right. And that's the problem. Nothing feels right. We have officially entered the post-truth age. We can't trust the media. We can't trust the government. We can't trust the pharmaceutical industry. We can't even trust the food we eat. So who can you trust? Me, your good friend Schultzy. This episode has been brought to you by Pfizer. There is no promo code. There's nothing to fill out. They're already inside you. But before we bitch, whine, and complain, just remember, like it or not, this is what we asked for. We wanted fast content that makes us feel good. We want politicians who lie to us. We want sugary food to fill us up and pills to slim us down. We don't want what's good for us. We want what's convenient. So we made our bed. Might as well get comfy. Sleep tight. We are back.
Hard. That was hard, bro.
We are back. We are back. We picked a hell of a week to take off. Someone was telling me, I think it was Miles, that on Patreon we said...
Bro, this is crazy. How weird is that?
What exactly did we say?
I think we opened Patreon by saying, hey, if we miss anything this week, our bad. And I think you said every Asian died, which that didn't happen.
Okay, phew.
And then we talked about Al being in the Secret Service and that he would have to protect Trump.
Yep.
Wait, I
and
didn't
then
know
Al was like,
specific.
I would only save Obama, I wouldn't save any other president.
Yep.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. Alex and that girl have the same MO.
Yeah, exactly.
They got the same energy.
Shit, they should have hired
Al
me.
would have fumbling his gun.
I could have did good.
Al would have stolen Trump's shoes for sure. He would have grabbed his shoes and be like, dude, there's lips in this?
When you wanted to...
I told him to throw the lips away.
Me too. Protect the shoes. Get the shoes. Gucci.
When he put the black fist, I would have joined him.
Okay, so let's catch ourselves up. Obviously, last week we had a pre-recorded episode. Shout out to Shits and Gigs.
Yeah.
And then
Check that out.
everything happened.
Yeah.
Literally everything happened.
Yeah,
in
the
span
world
of 2
shut
weeks.
down. This is crazy.
And we're not even talking about you going to the biggest wedding ever.
No, yeah.
So we got to get to that as well.
Yeah.
Akaash was at the Ambani
Yes.
wedding.
Ambani wedding. Yeah,
Ambani
yeah,
wedding.
that
It
So-
just sounds rich.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
name just,
It does. It really does.
That's crazy.
It really
Did you
changed.
feel poor?
I was so happy to be there. I couldn't even be insecure.
That's a yes.
I was so. I just,
I'm broke, boy.
but I
to be
knew
there.
going in how broke I was relative to them, so there was nothing that was gonna. I knew how not famous I was there.
Yeah.
I knew how not rich I was, how ugly I was there. It's all. I'm used. I'm
Stop
ready.
it.
Every time
No, relative to them.
Every time Akaash goes to India, he always comes out. He's like, I just feel so bad at the level of poverty.
Oh yeah, that ain't happening.
yeah.
They're looking at me like that. They're like, "Dog, America's struggling."
Okay. We get to the Ambani wedding a little bit. All right, let's just reflect on what happened. Okay, assassination attempt for Trump.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, is it dated to go back that far? Should we
No,
start with
let's
the
start
immediate,
there.
or let's just start there and go?
Yeah.
Okay, assassination attempt. Immediate thoughts when you saw it.
I'm in India and I'm like, why the fuck am I going back? I'm in this opulent wedding. I got to go back to this shit.
Yeah, crime,
I was like, I don't
political
wanna
violence.
Do this,
We gotta
dude.
stay in India.
Yeah, I gotta stay anywhere.
None of that.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
going
not
back to this
they
third world ass
massacred
shit.
fucking 10 million Muslims for no reason. But anyway, go on.
But now they're killing whites, dude. They're killing whites. That's the problem.
They were killing
They're
whites.
trying to
were
kill Trump. That's what I
Oh
mean.
yes, that's when
different.
things get okay.
Nah,
so
my
you-
funniest thing was the group chats. So I have my black group chat, and it was like, man,
They
that
fake
shit
that
is
shit.
fake.
Yeah.
It was just so funny, the dynamic. That was great.
okay, so the black group chat was like that shit is fake. What was the white group chat saying? Also,
yeah,
are you
what
a
was
white
our
group
group-
chat?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Like, you
Wait.
not-
Wait,
Yeah,
you have
what-
a separate white group chat? You have other white friends?
No. Because my white guy, I'd be like, stay black every time I leave him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's good.
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I thought that it was immediately I thought that it was not fake. I knew something was shot, but the sound, like maybe I'm used to movie sounds for guns.
Also,
But
like New Yorkers don't know what guns sound.
that's the thing.
So
So
we're like BB gun, of course.
or one of the mosquitoes.
Assault gun.
Yeah, the assault gun.
yeah.
Because the sound was, this isn't like a booming rifle like what you hear.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what exactly is happening? I thought someone was shooting at him, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So that was initial. And then I heard the glass hit his ear. And I was like, oh, that makes more sense. You know what I mean? Like, how does a bullet hit your ear?
Yo, you a hater, bro.
What?
Yo, let
that's
him
what,
get
that's what I heard
shot.
first.
Let him get shot.
We
He
just
didn't
said
even
first
get shot.
reaction. You just said first reaction.
I heard that too.
Let him be Megan Thee Stallion, bro.
Now-
Listen, sometimes a ricochet counts.
Well, now we know.
As a bullet.
Now we know.
We know a bullet actually hit him.
Now, yeah. Oh, that's
Okay.
that's what they're saying.
Good.
I don't even really know. I mean,
Yeah.
how does a bullet hit your ear? It's so fucking
Yo,
crazy.
What you mean?
Let him get
Look at your
shot.
ear.
bro. Like,
Look at your ear,
he
bro.
can't even be gangster. He won't let Trump be gangster. Let
I'm
him
just
get
saying.
shot.
I don't know. We got to see the wound.
Okay, so what do you think?
mean,
He's
happened?
just trying to get into your black group chat, dog. Don't worry about
But
that.
we have an insider. It's fucking Bustamante right here. Tell us what
Did
happened.
you talk? Did you hit Bustamante?
No, I just
I
stole his
should've.
style today. yeah, I just look like him.
No, tell us.
I don't know, but like it just seems so crazy. Like I believe a bullet hit his ear because that's what the story is.
Yeah.
But it's the idea, like your ears.
You can hit mine. You can hit my ears.
But we gotta look though. Like if your ear, like Miles's ear, look at Miles's ear.
You ain't hitting
Come
that
on,
shit,
bro.
You ain't hitting that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
that'd be a headshot
Nipped and
for
tucked.
sure.
There's no way. You're not getting close.
You hit Miles' cheek before you
Yeah,
hit his
Miles'
cheek.
ears are trans, bro. My boys are
Nah,
tucked
you gotta
in.
hit that chin.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
That's very kind of you.
If you hit Miles' chin, you are an American sniper. Bro.
From 400 yards.
John Wick.
But you know, Miles would come back with a surgery looking amazing. Like, he would look
yeah.
so good.
Giga Chad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So that's what I thought at first. I thought it was the glass, and I was like, oh, maybe the bullet like ruptured his eardrum or some shit. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
And then now I'm like, nah.
okay, so the knee-jerk reaction for a lot of people was this can't be an actual assassination attempt.
it's too crazy.
It's too crazy.
Yeah.
Our generation has never really witnessed it. We've only like kind of heard of it, imagined it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he got hit. That's the craziest part.
So and also I think that we're like so detached from reality at this point. Like we really, just like we were saying in the rant in the beginning, it's like we really just don't believe anything.
I'm desensitized to all of it. My first thought, honestly, was
what was your first
liberals really can't do nothing right. Like y'all fucking fail every time at everything. Because the gravity of it didn't even sink in. Because we just see all this crazy shit. So it's like, man, y'all fucked this up too.
Yeah.
How y'all miss it? How y'all ruin everything? That's all I thought. And I just moved on.
But you need your jump to it must have been a liberal.
Or if just, then second thought was maybe it's fake. Maybe this ensures the election win for him. This is going to, because the way he raised his fucking fist
that
up in
shit
the
was
air,
fire, bro.
it
It
was
was
so
crazy.
hard.
That shit was
I was
fire.
like, I can't imagine that being real. If that was my first thought, it had to be fake because he was too cool afterwards.
Because I thought if I would do it, like I thought if I would sit back up and or stand back up and like try to take in the moment. And
I can't imagine.
Bro, the
can't
wherewithal.
bro, I had a sleepover once in my apartment when I was young in high school, and there was a shooting in the parking lot outside my apartment. Okay. And we dropped to the floor and we was walking around. I'm in an apartment building. We're hearing a shooting next to it. It's not like there isn't even a window the bullet could come in.
But the rest of the
to
night.
hit, but we are crawling like this to the bathroom, going to my parents' room. That's how terrified of the bullets. This guy got shot at, clipped, grabbed his insoles, and then stood up the extra 2 inches, raised his hand, and then kept it moving. That was...
Yeah, baller. Yeah.
I mean, how could you be so secure that, especially given America's history, there's multiple shooters?
Yeah.
They get, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know the history. You looked at the JFK file. You know that there was 3 different people, someone in the know, someone in the building.
I mean, maybe even this one.
I know. There is some...
There's some acoustic shit that apparently
some
2, maybe even
acoustic shit.
3.
Oh, really?
They said
I
that-
didn't hear that one.
That's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And then apparently Kim Cheadle didn't even deny. They were like, was he a lone shooter? And she basically said something to the effect, we can pull it up. She was like, she just basically like reiterated what her original comment was, but like kind of chose not to answer whether or not it was a lone
Kim
shooter.
Cheadle is the director of the Secret Service. Former, that's right. She just resigned.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, the disbelief. I think there are some people that didn't believe it because they just fucking hate Trump, right? And they saw that this was going to be something that really benefited him because he looks fucking majestic.
I mean,
You gotta
unbelievable.
give it.
So,
The picture's crazy.
If I frame that's his next NFT.
Yeah, that's an album
sell
cover.
that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're just making $100 million off that.
Which
Yeah.
crazy thing, Miles even told me the guy that took that photo
New York
also
Times.
took the photo of George Bush when he found out that the World Trade Center got hit.
Holy shit.
nah, he's in on it.
Where the guy's whispering in his ear.
He's in on
really?
it, bro. Because if you're
Yeah.
at both of those moments and you have the defining picture or video evidence,
Or he's just a good ass photographer.
Well, all
or
right.
Why
he
is he
knows how to
there?
keep
Why
his
is he at a
mouth
school in
shut.
He's New
Florida?
York Times.
He's at a school in Florida?
If a fucking president is showing up to a school, you send fucking
They
news there
called
to take
him.
pictures.
Al, they called him. They called him. They said, line up right here. Okay,
no,
we have that flag flying.
Yeah.
Clip him in the...
That guy's a baller. Like, we're talking about Trump coming up after a shot. That guy was standing there back to the shooter.
Oh,
taking
that's
pictures.
crazy,
That is
dog.
crazy.
That's
Like, just
crazy.
standing there.
That because he
That's
knew it wasn't going to hit him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, kind of a crazy photo.
Okay, so yeah, a weird thing also happens when someone gets shot and survives is like anything that they've done before that, you forget about. Like after he got shot, stood back up, pumped a fist, and came back out. I think it was even the next day he went golfing or something. I was like, I think I'm a Republican. yo, Elon came out and donated the $42 million a month.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
No.
So he came out. He's like, I fully endorse Donald Trump. I am donating $42 million a month.
That's cool. How
to
did we
his
get Elon on
campaign.
Patreon? How do we get him to subscribe?
Yeah,
bro?
facts. We might
45
need
mil
Elon.
a month.
I'll tell you how. We just got to say end puberty blockers and stop the trans movement.
But he made that tweet like a declaration that, oh, I'm back in trouble. I'm like, nigga, we know he was
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
But what's it like news?
So here's the thing. This is the thing that a shooting does, or surviving a shooting does. It's a permission slip for all the people that were secretly Trump supporters to come out.
And that's
Because-
where the benefit is.
Yeah.
Like, the benefit is not like, I don't think there's someone that saw the shooting that was like, actually, I will vote for him. I think it's now you can see all the people in the public support him.
Yeah.
I saw a baseball player like hit a base hit and just hit the fight.
they hit the fight, or they go like this and
Yeah,
they tap
exactly.
their ear.
I think they just do that in baseball. I think that's just a call.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's a fastball.
Yeah.
But like now you just
Damn,
see,
bro. I thought I knew.
It's all right. It's all right.
I thought they were shouting out the
You
dumb.
knew- you
bro.
knew New York, we don't play
Post-truth
baseball.
era, exactly.
Yeah. But now you get to just see people like mask off supporting him, and that I think is going to do way more for him.
And it's because he's viewed as a victim.
Yeah.
And I think that you could take that victim narrative, you could also turn into, well, if they, whoever they is trying to kill him because it was suspicious. The circumstances were incredibly suspicious, right? So it is easy for you to go down the line of thinking that maybe there was an organization or a group of people that wanted him out of here, right? And if you go down that line of thinking, you're like, well, if they want him out of here, what the hell is he planning on doing that these people want him out of here? And if these people are these nefarious individuals that are the deep state or ruling the country, whatever, I definitely don't like them. Man, I gotta support this guy to get those guys the fuck out.
He's real. Everything he's been saying is real. All that drain the swamp shit, it must be real because they want to kill him.
Yeah, it confirms every...
And this is what we talked about on the call, and you mentioned the post-truth era. Whatever you want to believe, this one allows you to believe. If you hate Trump and you think he's a weak candidate and he knows even if Biden is old, he'll still probably lose, this, you're like, oh, he did this so he could win the...
Yeah.
How does a bullet graze your ear? You drop to the ground, then we see the blood. You could very easily have whatever. Whatever you want to believe, this lends itself to it. It's the perfect... That's what we talked about. Why is there so much conspiracy theory around it? Because whatever you want to believe, this allows me to believe.
That's nice. I like that everyone's on the conspiracy train now. It's just so nice.
It's like getting a little hacky.
It was just right-wing people, and
you
now
don't
it's
feel a little bit like y'all are making
now
it
I'm
hacky?
switching up.
Now you got to do the
I believe in
reality
mainstream media.
theories.
Yeah. CNN is right. I believe all of it.
Yeah,
But that is true. We have so much information available to us that you can satisfy whatever theory you have. It could be conspiracy, it could be reality. It doesn't matter what it is. There's enough information. There's enough information to show that there were multiple shooters.
Yeah.
So now the idea that, like, let's say the FBI or the CIA or some organization was involved in this, right? Let's just say, allegedly, whatever, was involved in this. That's not even enough.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't hire this lone wolf and then kill the patsy. No. There was 3 different people that did it. And they all somehow miss.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Yes, exactly.
But if that's what you want to believe, there's enough information for you to go out there and get it. Yeah, I don't know if we're built for all this information.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or maybe we're the first generation with it, and it's like the first generation of people who smoke cigarettes, where they're like, this can't be bad.
Dax Shepard said that one time. Like,
What did he say?
he's like, when we grew up, we were eating so much sugary junk food. We had no idea how bad it was for us. It's all fucking processed and fake and artificial. And now we're wising up and we're learning how to use that wisely. He thinks the same thing will happen with technology. Right now, we're taking all of it in. We don't know how bad it is for us. We're going to start to learn and then evolve and figure out how to use it.
So we're the generation that's going to have to deal with it. Maybe the kids can discern between like real news and fake news, and maybe they just don't subscribe to any of it. But us, we're the people getting, taken advantage by the Nigerian credit card scams. We're literally, with everything we read, every headline that satisfies my feelings, yes.
And it's only getting worse, dude. Have you seen the AI videos after Biden dropped out, which we'll get to, the AI videos of him being like, just cussing out the camera and stuff like that? The dubbing is off, but everything else looks perfect. And they're going to get the dubbing better and better. It's going to get to the point where we're like, I don't even know what's real and what's not.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, I was thinking, if the bullet doesn't hit Trump, if he's not bleeding, does anyone care? Like, is it just like, oh, there were some shots fired, and then people can deny it?
I'll tell you why. R.I.P. The fireman died. There was a casualty. I think if there's no casualty,
then people like, there was no bullet.
I agree with you. I think there's enough plausible deniability that it even happened at all. But the fact that the dude died, that's when all the people that were trying to discredit Trump,
that's true.
That's when they start to pump the brakes. They're like, wait a minute, there's an actual death here. I mean,
I was even looking at it like, there's a thing in history, like FDR got shot at. Nothing hit him. It hit the mayor behind him and killed the mayor.
But we don't even remember.
It doesn't even come up. It's not even a bullet.
I never knew he got shot.
And just because it didn't hit him, it missed him and hit the mayor. Which there's a whole conspiracy about that. I'll spare you.
Wait, tell us.
People think it was the mob that set up the hit and that it was never supposed to hit FDR in the first place. That it was supposed to hit the mayor behind him, who was Mayor Cermak of Chicago. And that the Chicago mob hired this guy to take out the mayor. And so they killed the mayor, and that was what it was intentionally supposed to do, because FDR spoke for like 10, 15 minutes and no bullets came. And then as soon as the mayor came up, that's when he shot him. And apparently the guy used to be like a high-ranking Italian military member.
But why would they try to kill the mayor in the most difficult way possible?
Because he was around.
Just like a challenge?
He was public.
But I'm just saying, you could get to a mayor, like, if the mayor's near the president, it's going to be the greatest security detail you've ever seen. If the mayor's not with the president, we used to see Bloomberg on the subway.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
He would take the subway to work.
Yeah. I don't know. Apparently that's what...
Which is crazy.
That's the story.
When you think about it.
Yeah, shouts.
I mean, at the time, he was liked enough where he could take it.
Nah, he's still respected, but like...
like towards
We
the
need him
end,
back,
people
yo.
were like, "Yeah, you pump the brakes, you're doing too much."
What
But, like,
do you mean?
Like when he was trying to like change New York with like
When he-
the sodas and shit like
The
that.
sodas,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like
That was the straw. That
Yeah,
was-
yeah,
Yeah, y'all were really upset about that.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He's like
you should be
5'4".
too, all your uncles and shit.
Yeah, they're fucking up your businesses.
Yeah, but the markup ain't. It's better on the smalls.
Margins are better.
Yeah, I learned about this at the 7-Eleven conference.
Oh wait, we have to talk about that too.
Yeah, it was a little. It was. Yeah, we'll talk about it. It wasn't as cool.
All right,
as
Akaash.
Bond.
Also, I mean, you've done so many cool Indian things. You're living like an Indian dream. Right
I know.
now.
This is the best 3 weeks of my life.
Okay, Akaash also performed at this 7-Eleven conference in Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida, for all the 7-Eleven owners.
Jesus,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we will. If you thought the Ambani wedding smelled bad, I want to know what Orlando was like.
I didn't know. I never got to it.
The Life Tour, last leg update this Friday, Del Lago Casino in Waterloo, New York. Then Saturday, the Mohegan Sun Arena. And then at the end of the month, we've added a second show at Oceans in Atlantic City. And then the fall, we are closing it out. San Antonio, we've added a second show. Las Vegas, Cleveland, Columbus, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Rama, Ontario, Portland, San Jose, we've added a second show. Denver, we've added a second and third show. Salt Lake City, we've added a second show. In Honolulu, we're finishing up the tour. I cannot wait to see you guys all there. And then that is it. It is done. It's crazy to even say. So these are last options for you to come check out the Life Tour. Thank you guys so much for making this the craziest tour of my life. All of my dreams came true, and I'm so grateful for that. I will see you guys out there. TheAndrewSchultz.com for those tickets. Don't get fucked at the resellers. Go to the website and get them. It will be the most affordable for you. I promise it. Peace.
Also, guys, we got one more date in July. We got the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. I'm there this weekend. Both Saturday shows sold out. Friday tickets still available, but they will sell out. End of August, I'm coming to Hawaii, Honolulu on the 29th and 30th. And then September, we got 5 weekends in a row. I got Las Vegas. I got Doral, Florida. I got Timonium, Maryland, Magooby's Comedy Club. I got Greenville, South Carolina. Those tickets at akashing.com. Also go to Fontainius. I told you guys I invested in a chai shop. The chai is fantastic. Go there. It's in Dumbo, Fontainhas. I love y'all. God bless. Let's get back to the show.
Obviously, assassination, every conspiracy theory under the book. The Kid is a lot of weird things about the Kid. No social media.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird. The BlackRock commercial's fucking weird.
You know who produced that commercial?
Ling?
Yeah, so the guy that did the Guy Code, he created Guy Code.
Crazy.
Also does social media content for BlackRock. And he produced that commercial. He wasn't there, but his DP was there. Randomly, his DP was also in Israel on October 7th. So I'm like, keep that bitch away from all of us.
Him and that photographer.
Yeah,
that
there's
took that
something
picture,
going on,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, yeah.
Don't
This is
fuck with
odd.
him.
This is odd.
He had to go and get all the footage, and he had, because BlackRock hit him up, he's like, yo, we got to give all this shit to the FBI. Like, they didn't fucking already know how it was going to go down. And and he goes, he said he looked at not the NDA, like the permission slip that the Kid had to sign. And he goes, I'm sure I'm just thinking this retroactively. Like, I know what the Kid did, so now I'm applying this to this permission form. But he goes, it was the creepiest handwriting I've ever seen in my life.
Well,
I don't know what that means.
he had a shaky hand. You know what I mean? We know that. We know that much to be true. We get it. Yeah, it's not crazy.
Anywho,
But it is weird. No social media posts.
yeah.
Like, has more BlackRock commercials than Instagram posts.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what fucking world?
Yeah.
There's no other pictures of him other than him saying he's got a 10-inch dick.
Registered Republican,
Yes.
I
donated
heard
to the
something about
Democrats.
I heard something about this.
Go.
So apparently the theory, again, this is just some shit I read online,
Yeah.
that he was a registered Republican so he could vote against Trump in the primary.
That happens a lot. Like in Orange County, if you're a Democrat in Orange County that's always going to go Republican, you basically register as a Republican so you can vote for what you believe to be the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, so I saw it and I was like, wait, because he was a Republican first in January and then donated to Act Blue in like September or some shit.
Got it.
And I was like, this makes no sense. But now if he's voting against Trump, then it's more consistent.
Yeah.
And mind you, he's 20, so he just got the right to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like,
Donated under 18, I think.
Yeah. But still, it's on paper the perfect person to convince to do this. Because if you're a registered Republican, but you've also donated to the Democrats, America can't tear itself in two because you can't exactly pinpoint that this was just like an insane liberal that digested all the rhetoric about how Trump is actually Hitler and he thought that he had to do the heroic thing and take him out.
Yeah.
Now we're confused about what his real intentions are. Is he a diehard conservative and he think that Trump's taking the party in the wrong
Conservative
direction?
wouldn't have missed. What the fuck are we talking about, dog? That guy would have been at target practice.
Yeah. Did you see people throwing trans on him? People were throwing trans on the shooter. Like, this is like an early rumor right when it happened. They're like, oh, he was a trans shooter.
I love that.
And then they just found some random trans chick and they're like, that's the one.
Yep.
And I was like, what?
That's fire, bro.
I wonder if he's in hell being
Elon's
like,
Twitter is cracking.
for real.
He's on it.
The shooters are hell like, yo, I'm trying to kill the president. I'm not trans. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, be realistic here.
You're insulting my looks.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy. He looks like every school shooter ever.
That we didn't have that conversation.
There was like a casting for him. There was like, we need a school shooter look. Who do we go to?
Yeah.
Open call. That's the kid in the BlackRock.
I'm a
commercial.
beard away from being a school shooter.
No,
Like, for
you
real.
don't. No, you don't
If I
look
shave
like
the
a
beard,
No,
No.
It's so distinct what school shooters look like.
Yeah, you got too much of a tan.
I appreciate that.
The
I
hair.
appreciate that. That was this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so distinct what they look like that I think that we need to stop being so polite about them. Like, you know, in the way that like we're kind of, I mean, no longer, but white people weren't polite with black people. Like, they crossed the street, they
Yeah,
changed
the
their
slavery
purse.
thing, yeah.
Also the slavery thing. But like, there was like a fear of them. They're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There is not a single... I knew who the school shooter was in my school. He didn't end up doing it, but they found a list of people he said he wanted to kill.
Okay.
I talk about him on the pod all the time.
And you were on it.
No, I wasn't. Jamil was on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Jamil was on it.
Yeah, you talk about it a
Carlos
lot.
was on it. I talk about it a lot because I want
much.
people to know that I know.
Maybe
Yeah,
too
that,
much.
was,
you talk
that,
about.
that kid was racist. To hate Jamil and not you is racism.
No, I was nice
he
to
made
him.
laugh. That's why.
Yeah, I was just, I was tickling him and shit. I had his back. I liked him. He was a fun kid. Turn off the lights, he runs through the desk. He was an entertaining kid to have in school. Talk shit to the principal. It was great. My point is, if every one of us know who the kid is that's going to do it, why isn't there this, like, we had stop and frisk or whatever for
Now,
black
you can
people?
profile them, but you got to be nice to them. You don't want to push them.
No. I want to profile the fuck out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
El Salvador.
Like brown people
Yeah.
get searched more at airports.
It worked in El Salvador.
Yeah. We need El Salvador for school shooters.
Dude, there is, I'm glad you said that. Vala, who works with us, right? Every single flight we've ever been on, he gets randomly selected for his bags. He's not blown up one flight.
Yet.
It's working.
Yeah.
But because it works. Even if he wanted to, he knows that they're going to look at the fucking bag. Clearly he wants to do it. Clearly they can't help themselves. But we have this ingenious system where they randomly select the people that do the fucking crime.
Yeah.
So if we apply that to the school shooters, which I'm sure you knew one in your fucking school.
Yeah.
You knew one in your fucking
My
school.
home
You
school.
knew- Exactly. You knew which one of your brothers and sisters would have blown that shit the fuck up.
Yeah. I got it in my head right now.
Yeah. It's fucking you, Mark.
No,
it is
it's not.
fucking you.
It's not, bro.
My point is, we could apply a little bit more prejudice to these kids. It's never a surprise. Whenever it happens, there's never all the friends that go, I couldn't believe this fucking happened. Every single time. It's like, yeah, he kind of thought he was going to do. Say something. What is it? See something, say something.
Yeah, see something, say something.
Snitch. Call the cops the second you see them.
Yes.
I think it should be more.
Yeah. We need like a referral system.
Also, if you're a Twitch streamer and you think that you fucking touch kids, like, let's go. Let's go. More of this. Let's go. Like, just call the cops.
Yeah.
We're swatting the wrong people.
Yes.
SWAT.
School shooters.
All of them.
Yeah.
SWAT, SWAT, SWAT.
Yeah, but you said you had fun with the one that would have been the shooter in your school.
Yeah.
So it's like if you snitch on him, now you get rid of the kid.
Alex, I saved the school. You realize I saved the school.
How?
If it was up to Jamil, we would all been dead.
He still had the
Jamil was
list.
torturing this little motherfucker. Okay, me, I was just tickling him and shit so he could, make
But
sure
he
he put on
still, he
deodorant.
still made the list.
Say again?
He still had a
Yeah,
list.
once he started the list, then I had to be like, bro, okay, come on.
Oh, we
need
could
to-
do that though. We could have like a community resource officer that's
Yeah.
in charge of tickling all the school shooters
Yep.
at every
Yeah.
school, and
Yeah.
then that would
That-
slowly
love
edge them
them up.
off.
That is
Let him
actually,
up.
that shit works, bro.
You gotta lead with
Yeah.
love.
Tickling a motherfucker that wants to shoot you, that shit works. If the cops got up on that roof and they're like, Gucci, Gucci, there's no way that this goes down.
Yeah,
probably.
You're right. I believe that.
Yeah. No, I think we need to do this. Send them into schools, tickle all school shootings.
Lead with love, dude. There it is. Everything, everywhere, all at once. You lead with love. You know what I mean? Love these little fucking crazy people.
That's fire.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, so we got to do something about them. We all know who it is. You know who's in your school. You know, that doesn't mean that they are going to do it, but they're the ones that are closest to doing it. And we need to just go to the teacher. Just be like, yo, that motherfucker's weird. Let's stop playing.
They're thinking about it.
Thank you. It's actually on us if we have more school shootings.
That's true.
Yeah, like it like
we need gun control, we need crazy control. You can't have one without the other.
and it's not like the women shit like, you know, why'd you dress that way? Like when they get or whatever.
Yeah.
But when the school gets shot up, it is that way.
Yeah.
If we take both seriously.
You know what I mean? Like you knew that they were gonna do it because the way he dressed.
He was in camo pants and apparently had body odor.
The body odor's a dead giveaway.
That sounds like you, to be honest with you. You didn't describe you.
Every one of them don't fucking clean themselves, bro.
Yeah. Which they should have known he was coming, bro. They should have smelt him or something.
It's a real issue. If there's a kid in your school who smells bad and he doesn't have enough friends to tell him to put on deodorant,
he's not an immigrant.
You're fucking dead.
Yeah, you can't be an immigrant.
Yeah.
And they stitch it on all the Indians.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it. Listen, lump them in.
No,
because
okay,
then maybe they'll clean up the immigrants too. Maybe they're, yo, I think he's gonna shoot up the school, and it's like, no, he just needs deodorant. It's like, all right, a win is a win.
That's a good stick.
Then we gotta have less 7-Elevens and shit like that.
Say again?
We're gonna have less 7-Elevens if we
Yo,
stitch
but
it
the
on all
young
these
Indians
motherfuckers.
don't stink, bro.
Yeah, they get fades and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got
The
black
young Indians
girlfriends.
don't stink.
The immigrants just grew up in a place where there's much more smells, so they just fit in.
And Asians don't have body
So
odor.
you're not gonna get away with starting to fade your shit, son. I'm
Why?
calling you out. Calling you out, son. You ain't getting away with that, son. I'm calling you out, son.
The movie's coming out.
Nah.
They announced the movie.
Nah, you fade your shit.
What do I
now.
have to do? I have to bring it back?
Yes, nigga. That shit was fire.
So once I saw that shit go viral, did you see the kid getting a haircut?
Yeah.
Once I saw that shit go viral, I was like, nah, I gotta fade this motherfucker. I can't let this actually become a trend. That kid's gonna be responsible for it, not me.
Yo, the fact that his last search on his phone was porn.
Respect though.
Just
What else are you gonna do?
Respect though.
Calm down.
Do we know what the video was that made him shoot a president? I need to see what. I need to see what
Lisa
porno.
Ann. I think it was Lisa Ann as Palin. It was that Palin. It was a classic. It was a
Now,
classic.
do we
porn
know
film.
the video?
No, I don't know if they put it out.
I don't think so.
But that is, if you're gonna go through with it post nut clarity,
Yeah.
he really meant it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like he wanted to not do it.
Son, if it's Stormy Daniels and he's like, how dare he do it to this angel? I gotta defend this woman's honor.
Yeah,
But
the
we
real
need to know
white
what
knight,
the porno
the whitest
was.
knight ever.
Facts. Okay, whatever. So now we have it.
So we have the stuff on the phone. Like, was he planning? Was there stuff on the phone?
We're never
of
gonna
the
see
plan?
that phone. Like, we never gonna see the Epstein list. Like,
They said he searched like Trump, Biden, DNC.
RNC, like a lot of important people. I think he also searched like former
But
military
no
people.
planning of the situation.
Not that I've seen.
Not that I've seen either.
That's weird.
all right.
It's odd,
Well, it just gets weirder because RNC happens. RNC is a banger.
Yeah.
Like the clips from the RNC go crazy. It does feel like WrestleMania. I'm not saying that just because the Hulk was there, but also the fact that when you have someone that can move, like political audiences are always the easiest to move because you just say the talking point, they go crazy. Yeah. But then when you match like a God-given talent to move an audience, which obviously Hulk has, with the talking points, tearing open the shirt.
Yeah.
It was funny. He ripped an American flag. Like his shirt had an American flag on it, and he ripped it. And I was like, "Wait a second,
Hold on now.
isn't that part of the whole
Hold
thing?
on now.
We gotta look into it.
Yeah, I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like an eagle and shit.
Yeah, we gotta look into
was
that
funny.
a little bit.
But I'm surprised Trump let people outshine him though. Because like his actual speech I heard was like a bit of a snooze fit.
So the speech was mid, but I thought that was kind of brilliant. It's like I was hoping he wouldn't make the mistake he made last time, which is essentially when he's a great what is it called, like chaser. You know, like what is that? The Prefontaine. Did you guys watch that Prefontaine running movie?
Yeah.
Like he was like a front runner. He always had to be way ahead.
Yeah.
But like in running, it's actually most effective to be right behind the person so you can like draft them.
Yeah.
Right. And so when he was chasing in that first election,
Yeah, underdog.
unstoppable. And then when he was
He's
the
not a good
president,
front runner.
it was hard for him to do it because the same rhetoric just seems like bullying. When you're the underdog, you talking that shit. When you're on top and you're doing it, it's just bullying. So when he give the mid speech at the RNC, all he needed to do was show up. right? That's really all he needs to do to be heroic. Like he was shot a couple days before, and now he's out there, you know, with the tampon on his head, just giving a speech. And when the speech was mid, I was like, oh, he's actually playing this really well.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was nice to see him get emotional. Like seeing him get emotional was like, whoa.
Only time I've ever seen him genuinely smile is when Hulk was doing his thing. There's a great clip where it cuts away. You never see Trump smile, by the way.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Oh, I didn't know
You never see him laugh. You can't describe his laugh.
Never heard it.
Oh shit.
Never heard it.
It's one of the reasons why he's so funny, because he never breaks, in my opinion. Because he never breaks, so everything he does, you think is serious.
Yeah.
Right? So even the things he's doing sarcastically, you're like, is he serious?
Yeah.
You never see him just laugh or chuckle. And when Hulk is, when the Trump-mania comes for you, and it cuts out to him and he goes, and he clearly has this like human moment.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Gives this kind of mid-speech, he's talking about unity, and it's like, oh my God, it's his. Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, you heard him on the phone with RFK.
The RFK convo, you guys heard that?
I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's always-
it's like
yeah.
it's a different Trump, in my opinion. Like you hear Trump on stage, and he's just like this, like crazy energy, like never really breaks, like all the same shit. And he's on the phone with RFK, and he's like, "Yeah, like Biden called me, and
Not a nice guy.
yeah, nice guy." And I was talking trash about his policies. Oh, I didn't have the heart to tell him. But anyway, vaccines cause autism.
Yeah. This is apparently like what he's like in person. Like makes you feel like a superstar, love bombed.
But it was just like so charming on the phone.
And he was saying that. He's like, RFK, yeah, I think we need to look into the vaccine. Why don't you drop out and I'll have a place for you. You can start looking through this stuff. Like
That I can understand, because prior to being president, he was liked by a lot of people. So it's like, I can see behind the scenes, he's actually
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys are brilliant at maneuvering, period. So he knows how to move large crowds. He knows how to move one person. You know what I mean? It's like a brilliant level of charisma.
Yeah, social savant.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm like, okay, he's got this. And then immediately after that, Biden gets COVID. Do you guys think Biden has COVID?
I do think he was sick.
He tried to get a speedy COVID, do you think? Is that what's going on? We got to look into
I
that.
don't know.
I'm just saying,
Speedy took him out.
it is amazing timing that he would get COVID, which would force him to step down.
Well, he hasn't blamed COVID yet, is the thing. Has he?
No, well, it just stopped him from making public appearances.
Yeah, okay.
And so immediately after the peak of Trump's fame, he gets COVID and he's fucking 81 years old. You're like, uh-oh, is this going to take him out?
Yeah.
Like, is that how you top Trump? Does Obama sit him down and be like, Joe, we need you to die? There's only one way that we can get the energy back here, and you got to fucking croak. So we're giving you the vid.
Well, have you heard the theory that he's dead?
Yeah.
There's like a whole, like, this is a thing.
I haven't seen a video of him. I haven't seen a picture of him. He literally, we were talking.
Twitter is crazy.
It's
Like,
crazy.
I haven't
Yeah, 'cause
heard
it is
this
crazy.
one.
No, we were talking about this. Like, he resigned like a fuckboy. Like, you've been with us for decades, and you just send a text to Twitter like, yo, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, usually you would have some sort of video. Now, I understand he has COVID, so it might be, bad to have people in there
But
videotaping
he's
him.
upset. They bullied him. They forced him
Well,
to
he's
do
also
this shit.
he
So
also
that's why
can't talk. He's fucking gone mentally. Like all the jokes that he's dead, fine, whatever. He can't talk. I don't want to see you make another fucking statement where you fumble through every word.
Off the teleprompter, he's pretty good. He's pretty good off the teleprompter.
I think the point we all agree on is that when a president says they're not going to go up for re-election, it's usually done in a more public, forward-facing way than like a post on Twitter, with a digital signature. Like, he didn't even sign the shit.
Yeah, he's tight.
Yeah.
So
He's tight right now.
that is the theory, that they bullied him out, essentially.
They definitely did.
And the same people that were like, nah, Joe got this, all of a sudden flip on him. So my question to you guys is, was that the plan all along? Were they waiting for because they did it at the perfect time. They didn't do it right before the Republican National Convention. If they do it right before, then the whole RNC is addressing Kamala. They do it right after. So now all the addressing of Joe and everything that they did at the convention is useless because Joe's out of here anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're giving Democrats way too much credit. They don't ever do anything correctly, and they're all fucking. I'm not here to do this. We salute you, Joe. Shit, that motherfucker should have been dropped out. That was selfish of you to stay in. In the same way we put our Ruth Bader Ginsburg on all these fucking t-shirts. If she just decided I'm in my mid-70s with cancer, I should drop out of being a Supreme Court justice while Obama's in office. Roe vs. Wade might not get overturned. These motherfuckers are selfish at every turn. I don't think there's some grand conspiracy. I think that motherfucker wanted power and he stayed in. And I honestly think the visual of Trump getting shot and then standing up and raising a fist in the air. Think how he looks versus Joe Biden walking up a flight of steps. There's no fucking way you vote for that man. And the Democrats are inept and they're gonna, when Trump wins, I think it's a shoo-in, and maybe Kamala's better than I think. When Trump, I don't want to hear nothing about white supremacy or racism or they didn't want a black woman to be friend. Y'all fucked it up at every fucking turn because you're selfish. You don't give a fuck about nobody. Don't blame us when Trump wins.
Now, first of all, I agree. Beautifully said.
Okay.
Cold world, very cold world. The fact that they would do that to him. Now, is there any truth that the longer they waited, the easier it would be to just make Kamala the nominee?
Yeah.
That's what I suspect, because
I don't think so.
I had so many different people like pull me aside over the last like 3 months, maybe even longer, that said, Joe will not make it to the election. They're going to pull him out, and they're probably going to put in, and some would say Michelle, some would say Kamala,
Hillary.
Some would say Gavin Newsom, even Hillary, I'm
Michael
sure.
Malice said Hillary here.
Michael Malice and Hillary. So if every one of our people that seems pretty invested politically said they're pulling him, they're waiting for the right time, and then it happens, it's hard for me to not believe that there is some potential design to this.
But here's where I would argue with the he's dead thing.
Yeah.
Because him being, if he's actually dead, that's
No,
perfect.
I don't think he's dead. I don't think
Yeah,
he's
but
dead.
that theory, that if he was actually dead, that'd be perfect.
No,
Then
no.
Kamala just stepped
I'm
right in.
saying
But
this-
yeah, no, that
yeah.
theory, yeah. I was just addressing the previous, like, is he dead thing? But then in terms of waiting, it would be the brilliant time. It would be a brilliant time to wait.
Because you subvert your constituents, right? You basically remove their ability to nominate the person, and then you get to put up the person that you think will hold down the party. And by hold down the party, I really mean do what you tell them.
Yeah.
Because I think we can all agree that Biden is just doing what people tell him. There's a few people out there, we imagine, I don't even know what the system
managerial
is.
class.
The managerial class. But the crazy thing is we don't even know what this is. The balls, the chutzpah to call Trump the end of democracy when right now the elected official isn't even the person making the decisions. And there are people that are kind of okay with this. They're like, yeah, but they're doing a good job. He goes, whether they're doing a good job or not doesn't matter. Like, if there's a tyrant in some country that's doing a good job, it doesn't mean that he's not a tyrant, he's not a dictator. This is, in a lot of ways, this is like fundamentally against the core values of the American political system. You have to have representation. If we vote for Biden, I want to know what Biden wants to do. If we vote for Trump, then I want to know what Trump wants to do. Now, if his cabinet is, wait, what are you saying?
I think that all presidents have a bunch of people around them making the decisions, and then they give the cosign if they agree with it or not. I think he's still capable mentally to give the cosign on other people making decisions.
Now,
I don't think he's that far gone.
Now, I will say this. I agree with you, and I do want that. I want, like, my president to be, like, the best HR director ever.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be the expert in everything, but I want him to have, like, experts around. But I also want to know who the experts are. So if Biden was like, hey, here's my cabinet, and these are the people that help me make all these decisions, then I would also know who I'm kind of voting for, and I'd know.
Never really know.
No, but actually, maybe, I don't know. My understanding, and I think with Trump, the idea with Trump is, I'm not trying to make it a comparative thing, is the reason why he's so volatile and scary is he won't necessarily listen to those experts. He's going to do what he wants to do. And I think with Biden, it was like, he's going to do what the party wants him to do. He hasn't done anything to, like, move the party line in any direction.
No.
Right? It's been the exact typical thing that the party wants. And it's just funny to call Trump the end of democracy when we're kind of seeing democracy be subverted by the Democrats as well. I'm not saying that Trump wouldn't end it, but stop acting like you're holier than thou. I think that's why people get annoyed by Democrats. They're like, there's this like arrogance and condescension with the way that they describe Republicans as if they don't do the same thing.
Yeah, and if you vote Republican, there's something wrong with you. That is infuriating. Y'all are, again, you're just as corrupt as them. They just don't lie to us.
I was saying, who was I fucking talking to? But it was just about like democratic identity right now. Like, I don't know a straight dude under 60 that identifies as a Democrat. I know straight dudes that vote democratically. I've voted democratically my whole life.
Yeah.
But I don't know one that identifies as like someone's like, I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
Republicans be leaning in on that shit. They are, I'm conservative, I'm a Republican to the day I die. I don't know a straight male under 60 years old that identifies as a Democrat? Do you know one?
I think it's
the fact that you gotta look up.
No, because you
gotta look up and calculate because you don't know one because they're gay.
Yeah,
they're the party of gay.
That's why he identifies as a Democrat, but he doesn't know if he's straight or gay. That's the point.
No, but I was just gonna say that. I was like, it's like being straight. Like nobody needs to be like, yo, I'm straight. It's just like, okay, if you're not yelling that you're a Republican, most likely you're a Democrat. But Republicans feel the need to have to yell and tell everybody.
You could make that argument because they feel like they're like victimized by the fact that the media is controlled, et cetera. And that's a good argument, don't get me wrong. But I also think that there's a branding issue with Democrats, that they lean too far into the rainbows. And straight dudes, like when I grew up as a Democrat, this is how I saw Democrats. I was like, this is the perception of what happened as a kid. I was like, yo, the Democrats seem to like black people.
Yeah.
And I like black people. So I want to be with the side that likes the black people. Black people make cool shit.
And
I got
Republicans
friends that
seem to hate gay people.
No. Fuck gay. We're not even talking about gays yet.
Yeah.
Republicans were seen as racist.
Yeah.
The branding of it. I don't know if that was true, but in New York, it was like, yo, if you're a Republican, are you kind of racist? You know, I'm even looking at like my family who's all Republicans, you know, outside of my dad. And even the way that my dad described it to me, he's like, yeah, I grew up in like a Republican household, but when it came to the civil rights, it seemed like they didn't really step up and they didn't really care, you know? And like my dad was like, I saw all my brothers and shit dodge the draft. I'm the only one that entered the draft. So you're talking all this war shit, but you're dodging the draft. I'm the only one that actually was in the army here. And you're just ignoring the civil rights thing. Nah, I'm a Democrat. So it was this feeling of, to me, acceptance and like looking out for this group of people that were very important culturally to America.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? So black people, cool, Democrat. You don't like black people, Republican, right? Now Democrat got nothing to do with black people. Now Democrat is gay. Yeah. It's just like, how do we protect the gays? How do we make everything trans? How do we make everything DEI? And DEI is just gay, everything, right? Just gay, women. It's like women, gay, trans. That's the only branding. I feel like they don't give a fuck about black people no more.
They
front like they do. But here's the thing.
Oh, they front like they do. Yes.
Here's the thing. And maybe all parts front like they do. But you got to ask yourself this question. And this is why I think that straight dudes just don't identify with it. Let's say that Republicans are thought of as racist. I think that's going away a little bit. But let's just say Republicans are thought of as racist still. But Democrats are thought of as gay. Would you rather people think you're racist or gay?
Gay.
You rather think people think you're gay?
Gay than racist, yeah.
Because you're black, you can't be racist.
Damn. He got out. That's clever.
Yeah. I think for the average dude, right? Yeah. You're cool with the gay shit. Obviously, you lean in with the fucking nails and stuff. But I think for the average dude, they would rather people think that they're a little racist than a little gay.
Well, yeah. They already tell you that you're kind of racist. So you're like, they'll be like, oh yeah, you got implicit racism. Yeah, you're implicitly racist living in America. So you're already racist. I'm like, all right.
Well, if I'm already racist,
I'm not gonna be gay
with them. Not the nip tucks. I don't want to fuck with the nip tucks. So the branding, I think that they really thought that they were doing the right thing, being progressive and protecting these oppressed people. It could come from a good place. Mm-hmm. But they lean so far into that.
Yeah, and they need some protections, but they lean so far. And, you know, to your point.
That you alienated all the straight dudes. And now you just got a bunch of women, gays, and trans that are like, rah, 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 Democrats. And everybody else is like, all right, bro. Like, how many Disney movies we got to make gay?
But then why was Grindr going crazy at the RNC though?
Really quick, to your point, you know who else
is gay too? Yeah. But they keep that shit on the low. Yeah. You know what I mean? They on Grindr, not Instagram.
That's right. Yeah, that's true. They're gay as fuck. They're gay.
Biden got the trans in the fucking, in the White House. Who? Biden had the trans day in the White House.
Oh, yeah.
He got his head, executive for energy is wearing a fucking dress and shit. We're like, what is going on? Yeah. Put a fucking suit on. Go suck cock on the weekends. Monday through Friday, you gotta dress like a soldier. You know what I mean? This is why we don't ask, don't tell. Because you're wearing a skirt.
It is performative too. It's like a lot of performative shit. Like, come on.
Sorry, what were you saying? No, what were you saying?
To your point about just Democratic, the branding, they used to be for the blue collar worker. Mm-hmm. You know, the head of the Teamsters spoke to the Trump thing. Yeah. He called the RNC and the DNC head and was like, "Hey, I would like to speak." And then DNC never got back to him. RNC was like, "Come through and speak."
Stupid.
So all your blue collar workers, even if you're not union, whatever, you're looking at the head of the Teamsters, the most powerful union in the country, maybe, saying, I'm pro-Trump, we're gonna fix this. Am I gonna vote for him or the guys that are gay? Y'all aren't speaking on my behalf. Nobody ever talked about how MAGA, a large part of what created it is those people felt like all I hear is I'm white, I'm racist, I have white privilege, I'm poor as fuck. There used to be manufacturing jobs in my town. Now it's a ghost town. What's happening? Not only are you telling me you don't care, you're telling me I'm privileged? Fuck you, suck my dick, I'm going this
And you're
way.
trying to make my kids gay.
And you're trying to make my kids gay?
That's a huge
I don't got
component.
enough to deal with. I don't got enough to deal
They
with.
still got the racist stink on them though. Like you have Hulk Hogan there speaking like, "Oh,
What did he do?
My daughter can't date a nigga."
All
Like,
right.
come on,
He didn't
son.
say it like that.
He did say it like that. Oh, he said nigger. Sorry.
Whoa,
Yeah.
jeez, Al.
Wait, what did he say?
Yeah, his daughter couldn't date a black guy. Oh, yeah. He just wanted- But yeah,
You don't
like,
got a daughter, yo. You don't know what it's like.
Just don't take pictures with him, Al.
Come on, Al. One day you're going to get a daughter, okay? You're going to have a daughter, and then we're going to see how you feel.
Do you think you're more gay or racist?
Nah, I'm way more racist.
Yeah, I
Way
think so.
more
What
racist.
percent? What percent?
I'm 3x more racist than gay for sure.
Yeah. I can even tell you which racist.
But you can also tell us which guys you would bang.
I'm not banging no dude, but if I had to line up the people I'd be racist to, that's light
Light
work.
work, right?
That's
You
light
line 'em
work.
up,
Like,
dog.
yeah, and I'd be open with that. But like, wouldn't you, like honestly, Al,
Get over here, ching chestnut.
like if you had to do a racist act or a gay act, which one would you do first?
Now we're
definitely
talking.
racist.
Racist.
Yeah,
we're
That's the
talking.
thing.
Yeah,
Because
we're
there's
talking.
so many racist things you could just say, and most people would be like, yeah, they do be doing that. You're not even upset about it. But if you have to kiss a dick for a little,
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I'm a curb stomp motherfucker.
you even have to go that far. You can say black people out of the
I'm going with that.
What
stuff.
the fuck?
He's an Asian,
It has to
bro.
be a hate crime.
Stop Asian hate,
Al
Al.
can talk all the shit he wants. I know who he voting for.
Who?
He voting for Trump when he.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Nah,
The
definitely.
Trump train is coming, dude.
Definitely.
Yo, we going MAGA on the pod, bro. We might have to go MAGA on
Oh,
the
we're
pod.
starting now.
Yeah, sorry, what the fuck? We was never MAGA before.
You've been in the Hamptons too long. That's what happened.
Son, yo, the Hamptons
You
is
sound
funny
like
as shit.
Elon on fucking Twitter. It's like,
Yo,
we're
but-
gonna be MAGA now.
Yo,
Like,
one of Elon's kids is trans, and he blames the woke mind virus.
Yeah.
Not the fact that he's been building rockets for 20 hours a day, ignoring that little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
crazy fucking-
Yo, it's so great. That's the most.
You
shout
like
out-
12 kids, you don't spend no time with
Shout
none
out
of
Elon. Yeah, it's like, what do you think your kid is gonna do to get attention from you?
them. Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? He's gonna wear a dress so you start at least going, yo, what the fuck is going on over here?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he's probably trying to send that little motherfucker to the moon. There ain't no gay people on Mars.
Transition to another planet.
But that is a good question. Like, how many trans kids have both parents in their life loving?
Okay, all right.
Come on.
I don't know if there's data on it.
It's
I don't know
just
if we don't have
question.
data on
Depends
it.
on what
It's just-
borough you're
That seems
in.
It's just a
transphobic.
question.
That seems
If you're in white
transphobic.
Brooklyn, probably a lot.
Yo, I don't know.
Also, Elon got like 10 kids. One of them was bound to be gay, statistically.
Yeah, odds are.
He got 12 kids.
God damn, you got 12.
And only one of them. That's
motherfucker's
not
Nick
bad
Cannon,
odds,
bro.
dog.
Well, my
Yeah.
parents had 7, and none of us are.
But you would be if you were allowed.
Yeah.
We've talked about
Yeah,
this
You
many
gay-
times.
I mean, there's a gay.
You think I'm more gay than racist?
There's a gay in there.
A little one. Trying to get
Mark,
out.
what do you think? You're more racist or gay?
Bro, I'm pretty gay, dude. I'll be honest.
So
Last night.
are you a, wait.
I mean, last night I watched like 5 hours of like a talent show singing.
Which one?
The kid Tongan.
North Korea's Got Talent?
I watched a little North Korea's Got Talent. That shit made me tear up. I was crying.
dude.
I was
Nah,
fucking-
Mark's definitely a little gay.
I got
Like,
theater
he
kid
loves-
in me. I got theater
Really?
kid
Do you
in me.
think he's
If
so
you was
like,
at the RNC, he'd have Grinder. Let's put it that way.
I
Put it
don't
this way.
see him as gay. I
would
would believe. Let's
I
go.
would bang a dude, but it wouldn't be a black guy. So what does that make me?
Yeah, every other
Nah,
one.
let's talk about that. Nah, let's talk about
Makes you
that.
soft gay. 'Cause
You're
you
not
don't really,
taking
yeah.
black dick first. Is
Yeah,
that
no,
racist?
that's
or
right.
is that
You
just
did that.
I
physics?
wouldn't take black dick
Yeah,
first.
you gotta-
Is that gay or
You gotta
racist? Is
start
that gay or
Asian,
racist?
Mexican, then work your way up to it.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's gay or racist. Like, are you not saying black dick because of gay or because of racist?
Because they look rude. Because they look rude about it. They fuck rude.
Take your shoes off in my house. Don't wear Timbs to fuck me.
Come on, yo. Yeah, take that shit. Yeah. I don't want no black dude yelling at me while I'm already getting fucked.
I'd be loving.
Come on, be loving or speak another language. I'll make it up in my head.
Yeah. I'll go mish. I might go mish.
No.
Yeah, that's way more loving.
Y'all are so gay. This is why we need MAGA.
You're fucking racist. You're racist.
MAGA.
You're so racist.
Son, where is Matthew Crooks when you need him, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, but I find it funny. Adam 22's wife, like the only dudes she slept with were black guys. She went straight black when he let her do her thing. Like she's fucked.
He's selling it. That's what's going to sell them.
That's the only thing that, I mean, that's the thing that's going to make the most money.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you need the most pay-per-view. And Money Mayweather turned heel to get pay-per-view buys. It's the same thing.
White girl porn category blacked, right?
Yeah.
There's no yellow.
It's the most shocking. Yellow. There's no yellow. And that's not urine. So you know exactly what he said. There's no ching chong chestnut porn category. Okay? And wasn't that crazy when he ate 46 rats? I couldn't believe it because I've been a fan of his for a while. And I remember last year he ate 37 rats. And I'm watching Mr. Ching and I was like, yo, this guy.
9 more rats is crazy.
I was like, there's no way he could consume more rats. There's truly no way he could. And I remember the crowd, they were cheering, ching chong, ching chong, ching chong.
Did he dip it in water and shit like that to make it soft?
Duck sauce, bro.
Fire.
He's mixing animals.
You know who this?
You can't put a rat in duck sauce.
That's not halal, yo.
Not at all.
You know who else was there? Black Widow. Literally was actually there.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What was happening with that?
She was just taking that rat.
No, she wasn't.
100%.
Dude, that's crazy.
Black Widow? I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, let me put you on, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the one. This is the greatest competitive eater, you could say. Let me pull it up.
This bitch look bad.
Right
Oh,
there.
no,
Bang.
not that one.
Bang.
Wait, she's actually a competitive
Yeah,
eater?
she's one of the greatest ever.
You don't know who Black Widow is?
Nah.
She's
Why
one
are Asians good at this shit?
Because they got to compete with 2 billion people for food.
You would think more Indians would be in there. When are y'all gonna step it up on the hot dog eating contest? Can you eat hot dogs?
No.
Ah, fuck.
There's too many different animals to fuck around. We didn't even know what's in there.
God damn.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be nice.
Asians care about weird sports is honestly the thing. They don't care about cool sports like cricket and badminton.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Fucking awesome.
All right, guys, let's take a break for a second. I need to tell you guys about Symbiotica, okay? Symbiotica is a whole bunch of supplements that we don't have time to talk about, so we're going to focus on these right now. First, Shilajit. Shilajit, this magical little substance right here found in the rocks of the Himalayas. It can improve memory and learning abilities, help the brain cope with stress, help with joint health, and improve muscle strength and vitality. The risk if you buy the wrong brand of Shilajit is that your Shilajit may be tainted with free radicals, mycotoxins, and a bunch of other things that are not good for you. But with Symbiotica, you know you're getting high quality shit, okay? Each jar is manufactured under strict quality control, ensuring consistently pure and safe resin. They also sell this right here, the liposomal vitamin C, which is important for immune system health, collagen health, and glowing skin. And Symbiotica vitamin C is non-GMO, made with pure ingredients and easy to take. And fellas, if you want to do something for wifey, check out their stuff and treat your lady right. So whatever your health issues are, it's worth heading to www.symbiotica.com. That is CYMBIOTIKA.com and seeing what they can do for you. Plus, if you use the code FLAGRANT at checkout, you'll get a 20% off your purchase and free shipping. Again, that is symbiotica.com, promo code FLAGRANT for 20% off your order plus free shipping. Now let's get back to the show. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because we need to focus on the most important thing that you will do in your life, and that is sleep. I know that sounds crazy, but it is the single most important thing. If you do not sleep, you go crazy. If you do not sleep, you die. You need the sleep, okay? How are you going to maximize your sleep? How are you going to be more efficient with it? I'm going to tell you right now. Obviously, at this point, you've heard of 8 Sleep, okay? They got the buzzworthy sleep technology called the pod. Can be added to your existing mattress like a fitted sheet to automatically cool down or warm up each side of your bed and in turn improve your sleep quality dramatically because the temperature at which you are sleeping, meaning what the temperature of the room is, even the temperature of the mattress itself, even the pillow can affect that ability to get into deep sleep. And they have found a way to control that variable. It's absolutely amazing. So if you want to get better sleep, even if you have a mattress you love, and this is the genius of it, if you go make a whole mattress with that, people don't want to part with their mattress. So what they do is they have that sheet that can cover the mattress you already love. You don't have to throw it out. Just let 8 Sleep make it better. And now the Pod just got an upgrade. 8 Sleep has launched their newest generation for the Pod 4 Ultra. It cools, it heats, and now it elevates automatically. It is also clinically proven to give you up to 1 hour more of quality sleep every single night. Pod 4 Ultra can cool down each side of the bed to 20 degrees below room temperature. And there is also now an adjustable base that fits between your mattress and your bed frame to add reading and sleeping positions for the best unwinding experience. And if you snore, this is crucial. If you snore, the Pod can detect your snoring and automatically lift your head by a few degrees to improve airflow and stop your or your partner's snoring. This is clutch. Plus, with Pod 4 Ultra, you can leave your wearables on the nightstand. Its integrated and imperceptible sensors track your sleep time, sleep phases, HRV, and heart rate with 99% tracking accuracy. Just add it easily onto any bed. This is genius. I'm telling you, why would you not do this?
I know you got yours.
Yes.
I'm very excited to get mine because I legitimately love my mattress, but it gets so fucking hot.
And sleep is tricky for you.
It wakes me up and then I can't go back to bed. I'm actually legitimately so excited for this. I thought you had to get a whole new bed, which they do sell, but just having a cover, brilliant. I'm so hyped.
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And
you like yours?
yes, because when you have a newborn,
Yeah.
you need to maximize any hours you have.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't spend this time meandering around trying to sleep. You got to get that sleep in, and it's got to be efficient.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what this has done. It's given me the most efficient sleep in that small time that I do have. But yeah, it's fantastic. So right now, if you head to 8sleep.com, that's spell that out, EIGHT sleep.com/flagrant, and use the code flagrant to get $350 off Pod 4 Ultra. That is 8sleep.com/flagrant. Use the code flagrant to get $350 off Pod 4 Ultra. 8 Sleep currently ships to the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Europe, and Australia. Have some good sleep. Let's get back to the show. Yo, I learned some fire shit about cricket, man.
What's up?
Cricket's kind of fire, I ain't gonna lie.
It's so fun, dude. I wish
Cricket
you could have
kind
gone.
of fire. Cricket kind of fire. But that, I know this is gonna sound like I'm making like a loyal to the soil joke. I'm not. But the longer the game goes, the more bowling, the more pitching, it affects the grounds.
Yeah.
So you could fuck it better.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. I got
In all
it.
seriousness, so it affects the ground, and the ball, I guess you would call it. The ball starts bouncing in unpredictable ways later on in the game.
Yeah.
So if you have, I don't know if it's better if you have an advantage or disadvantage bowling, but that's something that you got to calculate with it.
Yeah.
I think that's like a thing you never even consider.
yeah.
Imagine like the wood started changing during a basketball game.
And right when you start to figure out the spin of the bowler, the ground starts changing.
So now you got to calculate.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to play.
But that's tennis, same thing. Like Wimbledon, they play on grass.
That's right.
And the
You're
later
100%
the
right.
tournament goes, the harder it is.
Bro,
to-
I mean, this is even like, you want to get to the minutia. The later the game, the higher the grass grows.
oh, shit.
So they have to keep the grass at a certain level.
Yeah.
But it's like in hockey where like the, you know, you need the Zamboni to come and fix this shit. Anyway, I thought that it was an interesting component with the coaching of.
I'm very like, what's the word, noob or whatever with cricket, but yeah, there's so much detail that they think about everything.
Also, you could like send a guy in to bowl and then take him out, and he could still go back in.
Yeah, but they can only bowl a certain number of overs, a certain number of balls.
But you can mix and match throughout.
Yeah, 1000%.
So there's constant strategy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm.
We got fire. We got play.
Yeah.
I don't know who
I mean, if
posted-
2 billion people like something, it's. I feel like we're treating cricket the same way that Americans treated soccer.
Yeah.
Where first we reject it, and eventually like, nah. What you need is like the video game.
Yeah, and also you need America to get. Once America's good, if anybody.
We're invested in it.
Yeah, then we give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't know who posted in the group chat. Like they were playing
Paddle with
paddle,
cricket.
Yeah.
That
But
shit
I
was
was just
kind of
laughing because you're like, yo, this is fire. And I'm like, this is just pickleball with the long stick. It's
Nah, but that shit is
literally-
heavy. That
Yeah,
shit
but
is
it's
heavy.
just pickleball. Like,
It
you
was-
thought it was fire. I
It was the
like,
hand-eye coordination. It was the dexterity.
True athletes.
They really are true athletes. Did you see how focused they were when there was no mud on the ground? I mean, they didn't miss one single
Speaking of which,
ball.
we're either going to have an Indian president or an Indian vice president wife. We're gonna have an Indian in the White House.
Yo, can y'all
yeah,
explain this JD Vance thing? So Trump picks JD Vance.
So I've been trying to
who the fuck
research
is JD Vance.
I've been trying to research this guy all day. So grows up, born in Middletown, Ohio, big Rust Belt town, like blue collar. Grandfather is a steel miner.
Goes to Yale.
So his mom estranged from his father.
Yeah.
Mom was a drug addict.
Who?
Like men in and out of her life, whatever. He has to move to Kentucky, gets raised by his grandparents, goes to OSU, like really pulls himself out of whatever, out of the tough situation, goes to OSU, then goes to Yale Law School. Weird story or cool story.
Vivek.
Him and Vivek are homies. He has 3 kids he has an Indian wife, 3 kids. Only one of them has an Indian name. The name is Vivek.
Yeah.
It's quite possible the guy's named after Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know. They're like homies.
There's a thing where Vivek is being asked that, and he's kind of denying it, but he's like, we're close friends. We're close friends. You have to ask him about that.
Yeah. But the other kids are like Noah and some other Christian name. So gets married, 2015, starts a venture capital fund, I think. And 2016 rolls around, election rolls around, very anti-Trump, fucking hates Trump. Doesn't just hate Trump, the person. Says something about his policies. I have the quote written down, but something like they range from absurd to immoral or something like that. Yeah. So he goes at Trump as a person, and he compares him to Hitler as a person, goes at his policies, shitting on him all the time, starts a charity in Ohio, doing all these things. I think the charity eventually folds. 2021, he enters the Senate race. All of a sudden, loves Trump, pro-Trump. Hey, this guy's great. January 6th wasn't that bad. What y'all did to him didn't make any sense. I think a lot of Democrats are like, what the fuck? We loved this guy a few years ago because he wrote this book in 2016 called Hillbilly Elegy.
What does that mean?
It's, I had to look it up. It's the same thing as a eulogy, but a eulogy is typically spoken and typically more praising. And elegy is more like sad in tone and is written only. So it's the same thing.
But it's a eulogy for hillbillies? For
like this part of America that's just dying.
Ah, got it.
They made it into a movie.
It made it into a movie.
Ron Howard did it.
Ron Howard directed it. The book liberals love. They think this is like our kind of Republican, like this. He's not in office yet, but we love this guy. And this is what's also funny. A lot of the book is like blaming hillbilly culture for what happened. Not like, he's like, you can still pull yourself out. This is America. Hillbillies feel like if you work hard, then there's no point.
There's some like self-reflection.
Yeah, there's some pull yourself up. But it's funny because liberals are like, that guy's great. If he was black writing that book about black people, Republicans would be like, this guy's
Uncle
awesome.
Tom.
And the left would have been like, what an Uncle Tom, fuck you.
Great point.
Yeah, so they love him. But all of a sudden, anti-Biden in 2020, voting for Trump. This is weird. He says, oh, I got to know Trump. I like his policies, but it is a really fucking strong 180 when you called his policies idiotic. When you knew them in 2016, what changed in those 4 years? Yeah. It seemed kind of like that's just what gets you elected.
Yeah, you got asked to be the second most powerful person in the world.
Yeah, but this 2021 so he started angling for it probably. He needed to win the election. You want to win as a Republican. I need Trump on my side. Let me just say I was wrong. That's kind of what it seems like.
So how does he pivot? What does he say?
So he's just like, I didn't know the guy. I actually agree with a lot of his policies. And this is where it's like, I don't hate the guy, but it's just a politician fucking thing.
If it was genuine, I'm cool with that. I like the fact that people flip-flop. I think flip-flopping is important in life. When you get new information, you should change your mind.
Yeah.
But
that's too big of a flip-flop.
But here's where...
if you're doing it, it's like, it's impossible for you to be a person in politics and not know somebody's policies. Yeah. So you were either ignorant to your field, if he was in politics when he was saying this about Trump, or did he switch once
I tend to believe the latter, and I try to do a lot of digging on this guy the last couple of days, and here's one thing that's like, yeah, I don't know how genuine you are. One policy that he really agrees with Trump on is stopping illegal immigration. Fine. He says, my mom...
Why is that?
I'll get to it. Let me get there. Let me get here. So he says, my mom almost died, and this is true, from a heroin overdose, from probably drugs that were shipped in here illegally from Mexico.
Come on.
Here's what, let me get to this. So, okay.
Died because she does drugs.
Did drugs.
But if we could shut down the heroin, we could shut down the fentanyl, all these things.
She's going to have another drug. She's going to have alcohol.
Well, here's where, again, let me get there.
Sorry.
You're going to see this is like, oh, all right, I see what it is. His mom started as a nurse addicted to painkillers and then Oxycontin. When he graduates from Yale Law School, the first law firm he works for represents Purdue Pharma, who makes OxyContin. So you got no fucking problem with Purdue Pharma, with Big Pharma. I'll go hard at illegal immigration, but the pharma lobby, I'm not, that's fine. Also, this is even fucking crazier. His charity was called Our Ohio Renewal. And it was just, I think the initiative was like, let's rebuild Ohio. Let's rebuild this part of America that I grew up in, that I love. One thing that he did, very nice in theory, he sent a psychiatrist to Middle America to help people with OxyContin addictions. The psychiatrist he sent was essentially on Purdue Pharma's payroll, literally did studies being like, OxyContin's not addictive. It's not that bad. And now you're sending this lady to get these people clean? So to me, it's just like, you're kind of a fraud. You're kind of...
Also, it doesn't feel like a Drain the Swamp guy. It kind of feels like a swamp creature.
And I think this is where... So
again, I don't know anything about him. I got to do my research. But from what you're telling me, this does not feel like this political outsider that would galvanize the Trump base.
Other dots to connect that tie back into the Elon thing that you brought up earlier. I didn't even know that he was donating $48 million a month or whatever. He said that before Vance got elected, or chosen as VP, right? So when he starts his startup in 2015, his venture capital fund, Peter Thiel backs it. This guy, JD Vance. In 2021, when he decides to run for Senate, Peter Thiel donates $15 million, which is a massive amount of money to a guy just running for Senate. So he seems to be in the kind of the pocket of these Silicon Valley guys, it would seem. Apparently Biden has done, or the people behind Biden have done some things that you should praise. They broke non-compete agreements. They are cracking down a little bit on like techno-fascism, which is like Silicon Valley. This is an interesting part of it. I've looked up techno-fascism. I asked Robbie. Robbie's on vacation. I was like, tell me about it, this guy. And he's like, just look up techno-fascism and whatever. Basically, one important part of this idea of techno-fascism is Silicon Valley doesn't have to play politics anymore. They can kind of set the agenda. If Elon Musk wants a policy out there, instead of going to the government, he can just start tweeting about it. Maybe even theoretically, not that he's doing this, pumping tweets that push the agendas he wants, and then that becomes what the voter base wants, and then the policy changes that way. Biden is kind of cracking down on Silicon Valley. Y'all shouldn't be able to just run amok like this. I don't know how much he's actually accomplishing, but that's his idea. You look at this guy, JD Vance. He's already in Peter Thiel's pocket. I'm Elon Musk.
Shout out Peter Thiel, though. That motherfucker's badass.
He's a badass. All these guys are badass. Elon Musk is a badass. But
he's the best gay. And he's not even a Democrat. Isn't that funny? Isn't that interesting? Even the Democrats are too gay for Peter Thiel.
He's more racist than gay.
That's the thing. This guy fucking gets it. He's not going to let himself be defined by smoking cocks. He's a billionaire that developed all these incredible businesses. He's like an early investor in all these different startups that now become these like billion-dollar companies. You think the only thing people want to think about him is he's gay? Matter of fact, I think he took down Gawker for Hogan simply because Gawker outed him for being gay back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And they took his name.
Which is low-key a gross thing. Like,
yeah, that's gross. Gawker's fucking gross. They're vile.
That's disgusting,
I think
bro.
you're talking about the gay.
Yeah, I mean that's
to be gay back in the day.
That's not what you were.
No,
Wait, no, that's what I was saying.
no, come on.
It's fucking AIDS everywhere.
What the hell? Yeah, come on,
No,
bro.
I'm joking. No, it is gross to just out somebody like that.
absolutely. But that makes this guy seem like he's kind of in the pocket of
Like,
big
how is he
tech.
going to be able to manipulate people that want to get their start in tech if they already know he's gay?
Peter Thiel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
You know
question.
what I mean?
he's
It's like-
hey, millions of dollars, honestly. Yeah, that's what'll do it.
No, but shout out Peter Thiel. I like that guy.
I got no problem with it, but it does seem like this JD Vance pick happened because a lot of money got thrown behind him.
Yeah.
Trumpy. So what does Trump see in him?
I think he sees someone who can't overshadow him.
That's probably part of it.
Talk that
So it's
shit.
like, think about it. I think
Fucking cream puff. Little cream puff over there. Tickle that cream
Come
puff.
on, man.
Tickle that cream puff.
You're
for
lucky.
me.
I won't shoot you now. You just tickled me.
All right, go.
No, so let's start with Kamala. I do feel like 4 years of Biden, Kamala was silenced a little bit. Like, like, hey, don't make Biden look bad. Don't overshadow him. Shut up. And that worked for Biden because people are like, I'd rather keep Biden here than have Kamala. I think Trump saw that and he's like, I don't want anyone who is like, people would even want to replace me.
Like Pence.
Yeah.
Pence, we did that with Pence.
Yeah, but Pence was kind of like, he had the evangelicals on his side and like they backed him a lot. This guy, nobody gives a fuck about him.
I think
That's the
I think
perfect
he
pick.
helps you seal Ohio, which you probably would get anyway, but you need that Rust Belt. You need Ohio, Michigan, all that. That wins this election.
I think you saw the debate, and I think after the gun shit, he's so far ahead. He's like, I don't even need anybody right now. He's actually distancing himself from the abortion shit.
He's smart too.
Exactly.
He dissed himself from Project 2025.
Yeah,
This is
like,
what I hope
y'all
he
gotta
does do in
explain all this
2016.
shit to
He
me, man. I've
doesn't
been on
need
vacation.
the extremist anymore because he's like, oh, I got this shit in the
He got the
bag, so
people.
now I don't got to be extreme anymore. So it's
Yeah.
like, let me pick somebody that nobody gives a fuck about, that nobody wants to replace me because I got
He
it.
has straight Democrats.
Yeah.
He does. I genuinely believe he has straight male Democrats,
Nah, I just think people are going to stay home.
which is almost a vote for
Almost
Trump.
a vote for Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. They will abstain.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know if people will go as far. I mean, the shooting thing, the day after the shooting, if the election was there,
yeah.
I'm voting for Trump immediately.
But you got 4 months till then. So
That's the thing. He could fuck it up in 4 months. Like, it's so tricky because
When they announced Kamala, well, when Biden said, like, I'm supporting Kamala,
Yeah.
and then immediately Trump was like, nah, we got to change the
debates.
debate. I'm like,
Because he don't want to give her shine.
Nah,
it's not
bro, come on.
scary.
It's a half black, half Indian. You know me. You ain't gonna argue with this girl and like nothing. She could kick the fuck out of him in the debates.
But
That's
she
what I'm
gets
saying.
washed
So
in
the fact
debates.
that he wanted to change the debates, he's like, oh, I think he's a little scared.
That's because she tried to be white. She gonna be black as fuck in these debates. This is the only time she ever gonna look into
Throw a
it.
sandal or something.
So now,
That's what we need.
yo,
Former prosecutor against a convicted convict. Like,
Yeah.
I
that.
mean, it's a great matchup. It's a
Yeah.
pay-per-view matchup, but I wonder if he's looking at it like a prize fighter, like Conor McGregor can't listen to every single person that calls him out because you're just going to give that person
Yeah.
shine. But if you notice, after Jake Paul's win against Mike Perry,
Yeah.
shout out to both of them. I hope they made all the fucking money in the world.
Yeah.
Both of them. But Conor started talking shit to Jake
Yeah.
because he knows Jake got the energy. Jake is at a level where it's worth talking shit to. Jake wasn't initially.
Yeah.
When Jake was fighting the YouTubers or whatever, he wasn't big enough for Conor. But now Conor had to step out of that fight. He feels he's coming down a little bit. And this Jake guy is unstoppable.
Yeah.
So now you talk some shit. So I wonder if Trump's looking at it like, okay, if I go on the stage with Kamala, I'm going to give her shine. She cannot create herself. I can just create shine. I can create moments. I dodge bullets. What is this chick going to do to galvanize? I could give her an opportunity to galvanize. I'm already on top of her.
High risk, no reward.
Now the American people deserve a debate. That's what I would
No,
say.
they're doing a debate. He just said, let's put it on Fox, not whatever was supposed to be on CNN or something.
Oh, because he wants the moderators to be a little bit more. Well, actually, the last
It's
one was
also
on
crazy
CNN.
you can pay for the rights to a debate. That's insane. Like, no, we should not be exclusive. In the same way the State of the Union address is for every network, this should be bigger than
Yo,
network.
Should be on C-SPAN.
Absolutely.
Nah,
This is
you're
fucking
right.
insane.
No,
to me.
you're right.
It's insane.
This thing.
This is like a thing that we should be objective about, and I should be able to objectively vote for who I want. I don't want you swaying the questions in either direction. I should be allowed to make an informed vote. What the fuck is going on? You can just buy the rights like it's a Super Bowl.
It is tricky though because that is like I hate even saying this because it sounds like such a fucking trope, but like the culture of consumption, the fact that we only really value things that are monetizable. It's like I know you're laughing because it does sound gay, right?
Yeah.
The culture of consumption, but like it's the same thing. Like I even talked to my wife about this a little bit. Like the reason why I think motherhood isn't valued in American culture as much as it is valued, let's say, in like Indian culture, is because you can't monetize it. Like the things you can monetize are valued. Hedge fund directors, ooh, that's valuable. Why is that more valuable than
Teachers not valued.
now
Should
that
be
you
the
can't
most
monetize
valued.
it? So when culture is dominated by money, we only value those positions that can generate revenue. And then you leave to the wayside these very important positions, i.e. teacher or mother. You have women out here that feel like they should work even though they don't have to just to meet up with societal expectations. And then all of a sudden they're not hanging out with their kid. Or you got, I don't want to sound like I'm taking shots at Elon, but you got a dad that got 12 different kids and he works 20 hours a week at all these different things. And you could argue that he is upholding democratic values and doing all these amazing things for society, which he is, but at the cost of what?
Yeah.
Right? Like he might be chasing a bag, but at the cost of what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry to derail, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There are limitations to everything.
I
here.
agree. That's why it got this way, but there's got to be a line.
It started out
comes
as
to-
gay, but then I think it got to a good place.
No,
Yeah, that's pretty
absolutely.
straight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the end I got straight,
Yeah, I think so.
but it started pretty gay.
We need, speaking of straight, we need a line.
I started with culture of consumption, and we don't give moms enough credit. I was like, I got to dig myself out of this.
But yeah, you just got to, I think elections should be spin free in those. Like, we're all going to do afterwards, spin the fuck out of it. When they're talking, let them talk.
So genuine question, how do we decide who the moderators are then? Like, and who makes that decision? Does each, is it like a jury? Now, the jury would be decided by the defendant's lawyer, right? To a certain extent, they get to eliminate certain jurors. How does it work out?
Decided by both.
But don't they get to omit certain?
Each side gets, I think, 12 people they can knock off.
Find someone each side is okay with.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna have like a super. Now you got the fucking Supreme Court, where you got like the Republicans and the like. What is the?
But that's how debates used to be. They used to have one debate on CNN, one on Fox, one on
A neutral platform.
a neutral 13 PBS
Oh, yeah,
or something like that.
PBS.
Like that's what they used to do.
When? As a kid, there wasn't
always.
even, most of us didn't even have cable. How was it? I saw debates in 1992 when I didn't have cable. So it wasn't on CNN. There's no way it was on CNN.
I remember when they used to have the ticker at the bottom of like, how much people were like scoring the debate as it was going on, and that was a CNN thing that they started doing.
Every channel would play it. It wasn't exclusive. Exclusive rights is
I
bonkers.
could have swore. I thought
No, it was on every channel.
One channel
For a
had it.
fact.
The State of the
1992,
Union's
1996.
in the not a Declaration of Independence, but it's like they have to do it. So I think that C-SPAN, it's like a government thing, so they put it on all the channels.
But now the tricky thing is like,
I don't think a debate.
They have a
technically-
commission apparently.
yeah.
They have a commission of presidential debates that is like responsible for selecting the moderators.
Now I will say this: I thought CNN did a great job with the last debate.
Yeah, I thought the last debate was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I do agree with you, which is like, you shouldn't be able to put up money
It's crazy.
to
The exclusive
Own the
rights to
exclusive
democracy?
rights.
What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
That's the most capitalistic shit.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
the
this is fucking
exclusive
insane.
rights to democracy.
Yeah.
It really annoys me.
One thing that
You
Trump,
did that JD Vance shit great.
Yeah,
man.
thanks,
fine.
Doug.
That was
That was-
really, hey man, you really
thank you.
locked in on that.
Thank you, Doug.
We gotta
Appreciate
send your ass to India. More. I think you absorbed IQ. So that's your tesseract. We gotta send him.
Yeah,
to
I
India.
need that.
He was
I need
around
that.
so much brilliance that he came back a
He was
genius.
talking about hillbilly elegy and shit.
Yeah, no, I know.
Son,
That was-
Akaash.
Yeah, dude. I need to be in December. I'm going back.
I'm getting little goosebumps at this shit,
man,
bro.
dude,
Okay,
thank
go on.
Apparently, one thing that Trump can do against Biden or against Kamala is be like, "Do you think Biden was senile? Like, do you think during his presidency he was senile?" And then if she says no, then it's like, well, why didn't he continue to run? Like, what's going on? And if she says yes, then it's like, well, why did you support a candidate that was senile in the White House?
That ain't gonna work.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think so.
I read it. I was like, that's kind of.
It's good. I don't think people
It'll be
will
like
care,
one
but it's a
punch,
good.
Yeah, but people ain't.
I think what will happen is I think that it's so funny how pendulums swing. Like, didn't we always say, even on this podcast, like, Republicans get in line.
Yeah.
Republicans get behind their candidate and Republicans are going to support it. Now it feels like Democrats are adopting that same philosophy where they're like, yo, where's the party going? Is it going with Kamala? All right, give her all the money. She raised some crazy amount of money, and I don't know if that was transferred from Biden or she genuinely
I think got the most donations in a day.
it was crazy.
But that's also a bit like, of course, you only have a fucking month to donate. You're gonna donate. There's only a month.
Yeah,
We're all gonna give it
3
right
weeks until the
Yeah.
DNC.
Yeah. So of course we're gonna donate. But I thought that was a bit misleading.
Yeah, I heard another crazy thing.
Go, give me all
This is a fun little, just like weird.
I
coincidence.
love
People are
them.
talking about all the Trump shooting. They're saying like, oh, this is Teddy Roosevelt moment.
Yeah.
Because Teddy Roosevelt had an assassination attempt.
I think
the guy shot him, and it got stopped by his whole speech. And he got shot. It hit his eyeglass case, hit his speech, went into his body, didn't kill him, and then gave the speech. Where did he get shot? It happened in Milwaukee. Now, Teddy Roosevelt gave his speech after he got shot in Milwaukee and gave like an 86-minute speech. And then Trump gets shot, goes to Milwaukee for the RNC, and then gives a 90-minute speech.
Had to do it.
And Miles pointed this out. He's like, yo, he must have gone an extra 4 minutes, heard about this thing, and he was like, fuck it, I'm doing a 90-minute speech. Just to top, just
4
to
more
top
minutes, 4 more years.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
that was definitely intentional.
Gotta be, right?
He wanted
Yeah.
to have the longest speech
And
ever.
be like,
Yeah.
yo, after I got shot, I gave a 90-minute speech to
Which
Teddy
is a
Roosevelt.
good move.
You can't fuck with me.
But he went off script, and then it got a little boring.
Oh, that's always hurt Trump in the past, going off script.
No, but it's so funny. When he's on script, it is not that same excitement that you get from Trump that you get from, let's say, Mike Tyson. I think we even said on the pod, like, the most engaging thing a human can do is not let you know the next thing that they're going to say. And I think that's why Mike is so engaging, is like, even on the podcast, right? He'll be on fucking pounds of shrooms, and then out of nowhere, he'll just start crying and telling you the importance of having no ego. You're like, what the fuck? You never know what he's going to say next. And Trump has that quality, but when he's reading off the prompter, you limit the superpower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but at the same time,
I think it kind of backfired a little bit on this one.
well, I think when he's the underdog, the superpower is really helpful.
Yeah.
When he's the front runner, limit the superpower.
Exactly. And then he started saying the same things that he says, like, I'm that dude or whatever, everybody's fucking shit, and I'm going to do this and that. And it took the sincerity out of, we feel bad for you right now. He should have milked that shit. Because he started on like reading the teleprompter and it was like, oh shit, this is a new Trump.
Yeah.
That's how you get the fucking people in the middle. He's like, oh shit, okay, maybe he's like changed a little bit. And then he reverted right back to his old shit.
Yeah.
I think that kind of hurt. That was like a misstep.
Yeah.
He could have really capitalized on that moment if he's like, you know what, after getting grazed in the ear with some glass, I'm a changed man.
Yeah, this guy's a hater, bro. Can't even get shot. Son, he cannot help but do the funniest thing at all points in time. When he walked over to the fireman's outfit and then kissed the helmet.
Unbelievable.
It's like, I think he's being genuine. I think he's being authentic. It just also happens to be the most ridiculous thing to kiss the helmet.
Yeah. I mean, that was part of the speech. It's like,
that's the hug
go
the flag
over.
show.
I think he went over to it genuinely, but feeling compelled to kiss the helmet. I think that's just Trump. Like, okay, what is the funny?
Yes, and I mean, the funniest shit is one I sent you where he's doing the speech. He's like, I'm not supposed to be here right now, and everyone goes, yes you are. Yeah. Yes, you are. He goes, thank you. But I'm not. I'm not. Like, he wouldn't even he's so stubborn that they're like, you're supposed to be here. He's like, you guys are wrong, actually. I'm not. I've listened to my point. And he's just the funniest. He can't help it.
He's so good.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay, so now we get Kamala, and we see what happens in the coming weeks, the coming months, whatever. America's just the most interesting country when it comes to these elections. It's not even fucking close.
This shit is reality TV.
It's weird that I'm
glued to this shit.
Son, I'm like a little, and this is not good, but I'm a little like excited. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good. You shouldn't be excited for what's happening. It's not a reality show. It's not fucking House of Dragons. But there is this part of me that's like, it's happening. It's the new season.
Yeah.
It does feel like
season finale. Season finale's coming.
Yeah.
You think Biden will be able to acknowledge the election results? You think he's gonna have the mental ability to be like, all right, I won or I lost?
Oh, dude,
I lost.
The clip of him, it was seeming like he greets that girl and he thinks it's his wife, and then his wife grabs him and is like, no. Have you seen that clip?
No.
That clip went viral. He's talking to some woman and he seems very warm with her, and then his wife comes over, Jill, and like kind of pushes him aside. And what everybody was saying is he thought that was Jill, like genuinely thought.
Yo, there's a picture of with all due respect, there's a picture of Jill Young.
Yeah,
that could have been Jill.
Yeah, come on. What do those white bitches look like?
Oh no.
No, that's actually a good move, guys. Remember this.
Yeah, like, I thought it was you.
We know
what you up to, my boy.
You might be smart, bro.
He almost leaned in.
Yeah, you saw that. He came up with the finger.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Anything else with politics before we get into this wedding?
Diddy needs to hire those people. Now the shooter's dead, but hire a bad shooter, because that's the only thing that can save his reputation.
Nothing will save Diddy.
Yeah,
if he gets
Diddy's done.
He gets grazed.
If he gets grazed, you're gonna feel a little bit bad for him.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a fucking fraction.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't.
Give me the gun. I'll hit that motherfucker.
Maybe an album. Maybe an album.
Nah.
I don't think.
Music ain't gonna do it.
I mean, once that video dropped of him just fucking ragdolling Cassie.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Al, I think that's a bad take.
Yeah, that was the worst take
that's a bad
I heard in a while. To be honest with you.
I'm standing on business.
Guys, let's take a break for a second. When you are seriously hurt, you could be worth millions. That's an important thing to consider. If you are ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. I am telling you right now, being a professional paddle player at 40 years old is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. With over $20 billion recovered, over 500,000 clients, Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting to get you full and fair compensation. Listen, guys, getting injured because of someone else's negligence is hard to go through, but luckily submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is easy. Okay, that should never be the barrier of entry for you getting the money that you deserve, and they have made sure that it is so easy it will never be. So if you're injured, you can go and check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. Okay, for more information, go to forthepeople.com/flagrant or dial #law. That is #529 from your cell phone. That is forthepeople.com/flagrant or #law, #529 from your cell. This is a paid advertisement. Now let's get back to the show. All right, guys, let's take a break for a second because it is very important to me, with all this political drama happening in the world, with all this chaos, with all this controversy, that you don't let that affect your erections. Your erections need to stay strong through this election, okay? That kind of stress can weigh down on you and you are not delivering the dick you deserve. You need to do it, and the women of the United States of America need it from you. This is stressful for everybody. That moment in the bedroom should not be. You should be delivering the best dick that you've ever delivered in your life. And the way that you're going to do that is with Blue Chew. Okay, Blue Chew, same active ingredient as Viagra, Cialis, but this is the chew. This is the one that we rock with. Okay, this is the one that we blow backs out with. This is the one that we stay happily married with. You can do it for your wife, your side piece, your girlfriend. The girl you haven't even met yet. Whatever it is, you got it. BlueChew.com. You're going to get your first month free. All you got to do is BlueChew.com, okay? Use the promo code FLAGRANT and then pay $5 shipping. That's it. First month is free. $5 shipping is all you got to pay for the best dick of your life. You are welcome. Let's get back to the show. Akaash was at the
wedding.
Yeah, what would you say in terms of history? I'm sure there's like royal weddings that were talked about, but they didn't happen in the social media age.
Yeah.
The energy around this wedding.
It was like trending.
Yeah.
This was our royal wedding.
Okay.
Like when Meghan married Harry.
Yeah.
And we were all talking. This was dad for Indians.
Yeah.
And way more opulent because you didn't have to do it in the castle.
That's the other thing. I feel like this was bigger.
Oh, much more. They spent $600 million.
The reason why I think it was bigger in terms is they could flex in a... What's the word that
the royals have to do it in a certain way. You can't really
they have to be dignified.
It was on TV in America, the royal wedding. We were watching that shit.
Sure. But this shit was on social and TikTok in a way.
They're also allowed to flex more.
Exactly.
Like the flex culture is like, it's sort of encouraged, whereas like with British aristocracy, flex culture is like discouraged.
Yeah.
But I hear what Al's saying, like, yes, it was this huge moment. This is by far the biggest non-royal wedding in history.
Yes.
It felt royal.
Yeah.
You get the invite to go.
Yeah.
I need to know like a few things right off the bat, and I want you to tell me all the stories.
Go.
How many people are at this event?
9,000 the first day that I was there. About
Keep going.
I heard the Sunday they were expecting 20,000. I didn't feel like it was that much more crowded on the Sunday.
Okay.
Maybe we're all just tired.
So there's 9,000 people at this thing, and then as it goes on, maybe more and more people are invited.
Correct.
I imagine you're invited to the whole thing.
To all the three. I wasn't invited pre-wedding, obviously, but all 3 days events, I'm invited.
Okay. And then it's more exclusive earlier and then gets...
So yeah, that's
Okay, you're invited to all. Your head going into this, are you thinking like, where are they going to seat me? You know how like there's that...
A little bit, but I try to remind myself a month before this, if you told me at the pre-wedding that I was going to be invited to the wedding, I would have been like, you're out of your fucking mind. There's no way.
Is this like, I'm trying to understand culture. Is this like if Jay-Z and Beyonce got married in America? Like
it's hard.
Or is it even bigger?
They're not famous like Bollywood stars are famous, but they're like, imagine Bill Gates really wanted to flex his wealth and then married another super rich person, and then they happen to be friends with all the Hollywood celebrities from childhood, and they're all at this wedding.
Okay. So you go. There's 9,000 people.
Yeah.
Are you in like a different area? Because it seemed like you were rubbing...
No.
Okay.
Everybody... So first of all, I've been trying to... from the moment I got in, I was like, how do I describe this to the boys?
Yeah.
And it's so big that it's hard to wrap your mind around.
Where is it at?
It's at a convention center. The entire convention center is dedicated to this wedding.
Okay.
Every floor. And it's like... It almost feels like a fucking metroplex. Like each floor is its own little city. Mm-hmm. And you're walking through what look like beautiful movie sets. Like there's that, you remember that movie I had you watch, Gangubai?
Yeah.
Like that old India. There's one floor where you're walking and it feels like old India.
That's fine.
And you're seeing people play sitar. If you hear music, it is done live. There was no music. Everything is live. You're walking through, as soon as you walk in, it's just palatial. Like just high ceilings, beautiful carpet, decorations everywhere.
They've completely renovated this convention center.
Entire convention center is dedicated to this wedding.
What's parking like?
Oh, you don't even park. You just pull up. Like you're getting an Uber, you're getting a driver. They had a driver for me the whole weekend.
So everything for you is curated the entire time?
Yes, because they're so on it. They, like I said, they curate everything. They took care of the flights, they took care of the hotel, they took care of the car. I just have to be there.
Wow.
You're getting a driver to and from every event.
You show up for the first day?
Yeah.
Is there seating? Is it just everybody?
So the first event, do you remember when I did the Barat? Do you remember when we were in the parking lot of the Gurdwara and I was in a little tuk-tuk? So the idea is you are a king and you are going to meet your queen. So the whole kingdom, which is your side, is out dancing and celebrating. That's the first thing I walk into. That. But with them, it's inside, air conditioned, but it's like 9,000 people. And whereas my Barat was like an hour, and you're like, by the end of it, everybody in every Indian American wedding is like, let's come on, we're done, we're tired. This one was 4 hours, but you come and go as you please. We literally left in the middle, got chai, hung out for like 30, 40 minutes, then just walked back in. And this is the fucking craziest thing. You walk in, you see all these Bollywood stars, beautiful, like all of them look better in real life, but they are friends with this kid since childhood. So they're in the bridal party. They're all dancing in a little circle, no security around them. If you wanted to be an asshole, you could just bully your way into that. It's amazing nobody did it. But you could just bully your way into the dance circle, talk to everybody, give everybody high five. Like I'm looking at massive, massive stars, no security. We're all just there. Thousands of people.
How many people there would you say were familiar with you and your work?
So a good number of people, one Bollywood actor actually came up to me and was like, I'm a fan. I really like what you do.
That's awesome.
So, which was fire. Shouts to Ritesh Deshmukh. I really appreciated the love because that made me feel like, dude, one person knowing me. I'm unbelievable. So this other kid, Ranveer Alabadia, who helped, he's a podcaster, shouts to him, fan of the pod, this pod as well, helped me get there. He was like, I'm telling you a lot. So I got recognized a good amount.
Right?
Yeah, I did a pod with him.
Beer Biceps?
Beer Biceps is his IG handle. But he told me, a decent number of people approached me, and he was like, honestly, a lot more would have, but there's like
a respect thing here.
Yeah, and there's like the weird thing with you as like an NRI, meaning you don't live in India. They look at you a certain way, like he's not as approachable. So there's actually even more people.
You're like a Kardashian.
There's a huge Flagrant fan base. Like huge.
That's fire.
So many people, like by childhood friends, are like, yo, we love Flagrant. We tune in all the time. So like fans, shouts to them. They were so sweet.
Mud gang.
They don't mind the jokes.
Love it.
Clearly.
Love it.
And it was cool because I thought all his childhood friends would be like kind of pretentious assholes. It felt like a whole family vibe the whole time. Celebrities, dude, there's one guy, his name is Karan Johar, and I want to shout him out because like, you know how women love the Titanic here in America? This director, he's not even an actor, director. He's directed like 6 movies like that women love that much. So I saw this guy literally every 20 seconds in the Barat, a girl asked him for a selfie. And every single time, great energy, take the selfie, get back to it. Another guy, Varun Dhawan, my wife asked for a selfie. He takes the selfie, and I say to him, we're next to each other, I'm like, hey, man, thank you. That meant a lot to my wife. He puts his arm around me. He's like, hey, man, don't worry about it. I got a wife, too. I know what you got to do. You got to keep him happy. Something like that. It's loud. I can't hear him. I'm pretending I can hear him. Dude, the fucking most embarrassing thing. I expected Bollywood stars to be there, so I'm like, I'm kind of cool about it. I didn't expect Indian cricketers to be there.
Oh, wow.
Game over.
So this guy, Hardik Pandya, he's the one that you said can't be Indian because he's so swaggy.
Oh, yeah.
He walks by, I swear to God, he's this close to me. I'm maybe here. He walks by, I look up, I see him, I go, Hardik Pandya! I scream his name. He did me the fucking courtesy of pretending he didn't hear me, but I had to grab myself and be like, you're 40, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Now, we're allowed to lose it for athletes, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
Like, yeah, I realize athletes are different, but I was like, this kid is at least 10 years younger than you. This is a child to you. Why are you screaming like that at him?
Funny.
It was so fucking embarrassing. But it was just like, dude, I couldn't believe how cool the vibe was and how cool everybody, no pretension. It was a fucking awesome experience that first day especially.
Where were the Western famous people situated? Like, is Kardashian near you? Who else is there?
I didn't see Kim. John Cena I missed, but I know John Cena was in the Barat. He was dancing. John Cena was in the mix. He was in the mix. Oh yeah, nobody could see him. But he's in the mix. I know people that got selfies with him. He was in it.
Okay.
I didn't see the Kardashians. Whatever. I didn't see them at all, really. But we saw other Western famous people. Also, what was fucking crazy. Again, I told you, if you hear music, it's being done live. I hear Calm Down, that Remy song. I look over, it's Remy doing Calm Down.
Wow.
Does 2 songs, leaves.
Fire.
Kenan, that other guy, he comes up, does 2 of his bangers, leaves. Another massive Indian rapper, AP Talon, comes up, does 2 of his bangers, leaves. Like, if you hear a song that you like, it's the motherfucker that did the song doing the song.
Wow.
So that's what we're dancing to.
That's fire.
And again, I'm so happy to be here. I don't feel self-conscious. I'm dancing my ass off. I don't give a fuck who's looking at me. Y'all can judge me all you want to. You're not going to remember me tomorrow. You didn't recognize me in the first place. So I'm having the time of my fucking life that first day especially. Food is crazy, but the problem is in that barat, you're like walking with everybody and you're trying to kind of, I'm so mesmerized by these Bollywood stars. I'm like kind of trying to stay around them. So we missed all the fire food stands. There was like tiramisu with caviar, all this crazy shit. I missed all that, but that was the first day. You just saw everybody. Yeah. Dude, we're waiting for parking. This guy, Salman Khan, is there. He is...
Oh, Salman Khan. Yeah.
Top 3. Shahrukh is the one that I fucking would lose it over.
Oh, Shahrukh Khan is the one I'm thinking.
He's the one I would... He was there. I didn't see him, thank God for me. I met his son. Son is a very sweet kid. But I didn't... Salman Khan is top... He might just be as big, maybe. Top 2, 3 probably. Top 5 of all time. He's just waiting for a car at gate 19 with me. Wow. I just see him kind of standing, no security, no nothing, just waiting. Saying what's up to people, wearing like a fucking $900,000 watch or some crazy shit like that. Unfucking believable. Saturday event, so because the prime minister comes, if you get there after him... Modi shows up. If you get there after him, they don't let anybody in. Obviously, they actually take security seriously in India. So we didn't get to go to the actual like ceremony. Because we were like, he got there fairly quickly, and we assume Indian wedding, be an hour late.
Oh, no.
But then we go upstairs to this dinner area. They have food.
Wait, what was that conversation with you and your wife when you were late because she was getting ready and you missed out on the prime minister?
You know what? I didn't realize how many stars were going to be there. I would have been upset if I knew. I thought we were all going to be late. And I was like, everybody's going to be late. Everybody's on time this one fucking day. So then I was tight afterward. But we go upstairs. You got to flip this and be like, nah, we were boycotting on behalf of the Punjab. We're there for the farmers.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're for the farmers. So we go upstairs. And it's like, when I say they have food from Dubai and food from Singapore, I mean they have restaurants fly in.
This is cool. This is cool. You were telling me this,
And I'm assuming this is like Anand Bhai's favorite places. They have Italian food from a restaurant in Dubai. There's a guy, asshole as well, fan, from Singapore, has French food. The French food from Singapore is catering the thing. You go sit at a table, they bring you whatever you want to.
So
you take a look around.
The food from those restaurants is literally the people from those restaurants went there to
which is in a giant ballroom. Cool. It's like 15 different restaurants with food. And outside of the ballroom, the entire hallway, 100 yards of desserts. They're making fresh waffles. They're making crepes. They got gelato. They got cupcakes with flowers on them and then edible flower petals. Like any fucking dessert you can fathom is there.
Is there any like Indian dudes like sitting cross-legged, mixing a soup with their feet and like real traditional street food?
No, not at all. They had Indian street food, but it wasn't traditional enough.
Oh, fuck.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the shit I like.
Yeah, I know. That was a little authentic in that way. But then we go sit at the ballroom. This is when it's like, oh, this is fucking crazy, the caliber of people that I'm with. My wife and I are sitting at a table. We're alone. This sweet girl comes up. She's in her 20s. She's like, hey, is anybody sitting here? And we're like, no. And she's like, can my mom and I sit here? And we're like, of course, sit down. We start talking 20 minutes. She asks, how do you know Anant or Mukesh, whoever she says? And I'm like, I don't. I just don't. I'm like, I don't. And they're like, she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I got invited. I showed up. She kind of chuckles. I ask how you know the Anand Bhai, and she's like, oh, I know Mukesh. We like are on this board together. And I'm like, oh, okay. I ask, where do you live? She's like, oh, California and New York. So I'm like, okay, she's got some money. She asked me what I do. We start talking. I ask what she does. 20 minutes into the conversation, she goes, oh, we own teams, like sports teams. Not like arrogantly, very sweetly. It was like, oh, we own teams, sports teams. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, we own, I'm not going to say which team, but I'll just bleep it. She goes, yeah, we own, I go, which team? She goes, and I was like, shit. And then Jacelina's like, yeah, we've heard of them. Like, she's saying it like we haven't heard of it.
Big drop off from so.
Yeah.
You could say we own sports team.
You know what you know what's funny though is she's probably gonna make the greatest ROI on the second one.
At what point did you look at your girl and be like, "It's pretty sick, right?"
Son, the whole time she was like, at the moment she was a little anxious at how like small fish we were, and I was like, "We're here.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about?
You're there.
Yeah, like this is crazy. We're here. They don't need to know who I am. I'm here.
There's always
gonna kick me out now.
There's always gonna be somebody more wealthy. There's always gonna be somebody more successful. But you gotta. It's good that you were able to stop and just be like, hey. a few years ago, we were living together with 3 roommates and Airbnb-ing to make ends meet, and now we are guests.
Yeah, insane. I mean, just an insane, like, I really, of all the moments I've had, this is the number one I've made it moment in my life. And not to say I'm done or whatever, but like, this is a thing that I'm going to remember forever. Outside of the craft and specials and all that, this is number one. Like, what a fucking...
The validation.
The validation. And as a kid who grows up outside of India, you're never really validated by India. And it means so much because to Americans, we're Indian.
Yeah.
And then we go there thinking we're Indian and they're like, no, you're not. Yeah, you're American. You're American as fuck. Yeah. So that felt like, yo. And then seeing Bollywood stars, it's like, imagine y'all grew up in China and the only connection you have to America is Hollywood movies. Imagine if you went to America and saw Tom Cruise. Like, that's the level of what, oh my God, this is unbelievable. That's what I'm feeling. And then, we touched on this earlier, but like, I think it was also cool when we talked about Anant, when I saw him interacting with his wife. Genuine love. The pictures of them interacting, they're like giddy to be with each other. And that was fucking cool because, like, this wedding is about the Ambanis establishing themselves on a global scale. It's about changing the perception of India. All these things are happening. But it's very cool that it's an actual love wedding. You know what I mean? Like, not a love marriage like they fell in love and they'll see if they can make it work. But they're like, they've been together since like high school, childhood friends, super in love. And it's like, yo, this is just a fucking great experience all the way around.
That's fire.
Shout out you.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You're Illuminati now, bro.
Yo, I'm so happy to be there. I've been dreaming of selling out, and I'm very honored to be asked to do it.
Now, that wasn't the biggest event that you went to.
Yeah, you had to leave.
I had to leave.
You had to leave to go to something else.
Yeah.
Okay, something that was potentially, this is like the American Ambani.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And it's a real full circle moment for me as well.
Okay.
I went to the 7-Eleven, the National 7-Eleven Franchisees Convention. I mean, bring back a poo to that, like, it just... Look at God, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I asked for this.
Okay,
I
so
manifested this.
Are you performing at it?
I'm performing at it.
Now, before you perform, are you interacting with people?
I got there the night before because I went straight from India.
Yeah.
Got there the night before, saw a few people, but I hate seeing people before a show. I fucking hate it because it's like, this is a private gig especially. What if I bomb and then you're just going to remember me being this fucking cocky whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I hate it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not see too many people, but you also don't have much time.
Yeah.
We go there for sound check. Ceilings are dumb high. It's another one where it's like, oh God, we'll see what this is. There's a crazy fucking echo on the microphone. Yeah. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Different convention center than
I
the one
get
you were
there.
at.
These Indian motherfuckers jip me, dude. These good juice. I perform for a certain fee, and they tell me it's PG-13. I'm like, all right, this is what I would do for PG-13. I get there, and he's like, hey, by the way, you can't cuss. And I'm like, you got me, you sons of bitches, because I'd definitely charge a lot more. I can't cuss. What the fuck? I just cussed. You know what I mean? So I'm going there, and I'm like, I'm a cuss. I don't care. Y'all are not going to tell me what to do.
Good.
I get, first of all, they're doing some charity auction. The chairman of the whole convention keeps complaining about the echo. He's like, what's going on? He's talking to the mic. He's like, this echo is killing me. So I'm like, I got to go to 40 minutes of comedy after this. Mark's boy, Ross opened up. Shouts to Ross. He did his thing, brought me up. And I'm like, I'm ready. I'm doing my thing. I'm cussing. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to tell me. I look. I see all families, and there's a 6-year-old girl, a 7-year-old girl, an 11-year-old girl right in front of me. Right front, the closest human beings to me.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, I can't. Now I have to perform clean.
Or you could just auction them. That would have been a good idea.
Come on, I don't work for Mr. Beast. I did like a little crowd work that was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they were like a teacher. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. I want you to know your parents hate that answer. Like, just little jokes that I could get away with that aren't remotely inappropriate. But then I still got to do 40 minutes of comedy, cognizant of the fact that there's children here.
That is the worst.
So
don't bring your kids to comedy
cuss word that isn't a punchline, I have to edit it. It's not hitting. I got through it. They were all very happy afterward. But like, I should have known when I was doing an Indian gig that it was not going to be worth the money. I should have known. But it's still such an honor.
What percent was Indian versus...
Oh, this was so funny. If you were Indian, I knew you owned a 7-Eleven, and if you were white, I knew you were a vendor trying to get your products into the 7-Eleven.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Like Celsius is there they want to slang these drinks. God bless. if you're Celsius or you're fucking core water or whatever, every white person was like, you don't know.
But that must have been a wet dream to see all these white people groveling for the respect to the money.
Oh yeah. Oh, and even at the Ambani wedding, Europeans are serving me food. Like not even white people, Europeans. I mean, what a fucking like just like the white people. You know what I mean? Like not JD Vance whites. I'm talking fucking.
It's like Forrest Gump at the end.
Yeah.
When she gets the white maid.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what a time.
Yeah.
Oh, watching these white people grovel and serve. Oh, I got the fucking, what a weekend.
Did people come up to you at all and say like, hey, thank you for doing Bring Back a Poo or that?
Nobody. You know what's funny? And this is how much the coast thinks they matter and they don't.
Yeah.
I asked, I was like, I was going to do some Apu jokes. And then these guys are young guys born in America. They live in Jersey, obviously. And he was like, what happened? They like got rid of him or something, right? And I was like, yeah, it was like a whole thing. The documentary. He's like, yeah, I think I know about that.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I was going to do some jokes about that. He goes, nobody's going to give a fuck.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't do it, but I felt it, but they didn't give a fuck.
That's so interesting.
We're so detached here. We're so attached here. We don't realize how detached everyone else is.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They care about
money.
free things. This ain't making the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Did you tell him like, yo, I just came from the Ambani wedding?
I told one person, he was very excited.
Bro, I would have opened with that. Bro.
No,
gone on
you
stage.
opened.
I had no
here.
material about it yet. I'm still so thankful to fucking get invited.
Yesterday I'm at the embodiment. Like, today I'm at this shit. It's that simple.
Yeah. I might have mentioned it on stage, actually. I might have thrown it out there, but I definitely didn't get a big pop off of it. That was, God, I hate this term. You know, what do they call it when you're, I heard this term in the black rooms actually, but when you're like really up against an audience.
Slavery.
No.
No?
When you're fighting against a lot of obstacles and the crowd is kind of like doing their own thing, you got to really fight to get their attention. Mud fighting is what they call it. So,
Akaash.
so my first thought was,
Akaash.
my first thought was
The gift that keeps giving.
I know. Because my first thought was, oh, this is going to be a mud fight. And I was like, I can't say that on Flagrant, but I have to be honest.
So what'd you say? A love affair?
I said it. No, I actually came at the end of the set. A couple times.
Bro.
Oh, what an
is
experience.
awesome.
Dude, what a weekend.
I know.
What
Go
a
with you
fucking
to the
weekend.
Orlando show?
No.
She's like, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
She stayed in India. She stayed at the wedding.
We talked about moving there. We were
No
like,
way.
yo, yeah.
Orlando?
It's a nice place.
It is really, it is
dude.
awesome.
It
Dude.
is nice. Yeah.
No, but you talked about moving to India, like spending some part of the year there or full time?
Some part of the year at
Dude,
least.
what would be the ideal time to go? Hopefully it aligns with our schedule.
Yeah, that would be,
Yeah, but-
whatever we do would have to align with this
Like,
schedule. but,
is summer there too hot? Or
well,
the
where
summer-
my mother-in-law lives in Bangalore, it's perfect year-round. It's LA weather. All year.
So then that's your Hamptons, bro.
Yeah.
So this wedding was that nice. You're like, yo, I'm buying
I know,
a
yeah, I
place.
know.
Yeah. I think about it honestly every time I go back, but also
This is a no-brainer. If for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Also, the cost of like living, like the cost of being. So this guy Tanmay Bhatt, big comic out there, shouts at them. He was talking about.
Yeah, just say this guy, because whenever you get into their names, it just sounds like we're muting the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. So
There's a guy there. Every name has been the exact same name. The only name I heard was Radhika.
So this guy's talking to me about the kind of the fuck you number in FIRES, the number financial independence, retire early. In India, it's about $1 million US.
So you have 1 million US. You never have to work again. The money that you make will supply
you're like
interest.
Rich. You're rich forever.
Wow. So you could have a place there where you live for a certain amount of time, but you could also just live full time there.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
But then you'd be away from the boys.
I know. I wouldn't do that, but I think.
But a place there is great.
A place there, and like. I grew up so disconnected from my roots. To have kids, I'm fucking cry talking about to have kids that feel connected, go there and like make fun of my Hindi and tell me how white I am, and like they feel like that's home as well. Oh God!
So what would
mean
be
so much to me?
What would be like would you do July and August to go there or?
Yeah, I get maybe like a summer or
treat it like summer. Yeah.
I mean, ideally you live in a few different places, honestly, but like that is a place that's
few places there or
India, fucking California, Spain. Like that'd be great to be able to live everywhere. But with kids, it's all it's all influx.
That's go.
Would you host us? Like if we wanted to combine and do a pod.
I'd host the fuck out of you. Yeah.
I mean, we would have to do that.
Yeah.
If you had a place in it, we'd have to go once a year
Yes.
for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, come on, servants, come on. I don't need to host you.
We're
You're
not gonna
doing
be
everything.
servants? Oh, you mean you're gonna
Yeah, we ain't doing shit when I host you. I tell them what to do.
So that's kind of fire. I like that idea.
Go to a
Is
little
Bangalore?
pod.
Where is it located geographically? Like, where is it on the water? Is it?
It's south, and I want to say west, but I don't know geography, even America. I don't even know where the fuck. Ask me where Maine is. I got no clue.
But like, what I'm saying is, do you get a house on the beach? Do you get a house?
We did this on the pod once. We talked about, I think Akaash
South
said,
Central. There you go.
Got it.
Akaash once said Bangalore is on the beach, and then
Yes.
everyone
There
made fun
was,
of him.
yeah.
Well,
That's fine.
Enough global warming. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Chennai, I've also heard is beautiful. Most of my family's in New Delhi, but it's too fucking hot.
What's
I'm
the
not doing it.
well,
and
let's
the
go
air
to
is
Goa,
terrible.
bro. Let's all
Goa's
get a
flames.
timeshare in Goa.
Goa's flames.
Those
Fear
are
the
the
Oslives in
Portuguese
Goa.
Indians.
But you could
Flames.
get on
Where's
that
that?
beach. I mean, if you get a compound on the water, we come out for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
Al
yeah.
keeps
Ponds
shaking
out
his head. Anytime we say Indian word, he just starts shaking his head. It's very disrespectful. Fuck him.
Yo,
He's good at it, though. I gotta be honest. You guys nice at it.
that's Goa,
Look at that.
and they're Catholic,
Yeah.
and
Is that the beach where like all the Indian dudes
No,
stare
no,
at women in
no,
Ganga
bikinis?
River.
No.
nope, never,
Very
never
different,
that.
very
This is
different.
Goa's the greatest. Goa's the
We
greatest.
got palm trees. Yo, I'm kind of feeling this Goa move. What about Goa, my boy?
I'd be open to Goa too. I just want my kids to feel Indian.
They
and I
will
feel
feel
like
Indian there.
Bangalore will be more Indian.
How Indian you want them to be?
Very. Dude, my friend was telling me there's some people that grow up, their kids don't even speak Hindi. They're so removed they're growing up in India. But so many rich people go to Western schools, they don't even speak Hindi. I'm not doing that. If I'm going to India, we're going to India.
Let me see what we got going on
Just
here.
give him a month.
That's
He'll be-
Goa
he'll be
right
over
there?
All this shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the Catholics coming through with the heavy.
Bro, I was going to say the same thing.
Yo, Catholics got fat tits in India.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I ain't never seen Indian tits like
I
this.
didn't know that.
Hey, man.
Yeah, Catholics got it going.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
She even almost got abs. Yo, we might have to do the Goa, man. I think Goa is the move.
I'm open to
Can
it.
you go to Zillow in Goa? I need to see some properties in Goa.
Oh, dude, it'd be astonishingly affordable. It's 83 rupees for $1.
But when people do that, 83 rupees to $1, when they do the conversion thing,
Things are more rupees over there. Like
Exactly,
a
yeah,
Coke
so
is like 30, 40 rupees
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's still, you're just...
okay, so there's still a
Yeah.
difference. Got it. No. I need it on the water, bro. If you going for it, let's go for it. Do you need to do like security? Would you need to have like fenced and everything?
Oh, fuck are we talking about, dude?
You're not worried about that at all?
Indians
Why?
don't scare me. Come on. I didn't grow up with. I know black people. I'm scared of Indians.
Yeah, but you still small.
That is, I have a real, like when you leave New York, you have a real like overconfidence in how tough you are. I'm like, this shit don't scare me.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like you go to Cincinnati or whatever, you're like, fuck, St. Louis, you're like, this shit ain't scary. And then you read about St. Louis and you're like, I should be scared.
Akaash, the beach compound in India that you go to for the summer,
Flames.
that's kind of a vibe,
a Flames idea.
bro.
It's a
It's
Flames
kind of
idea.
a vibe.
Bro, you locked this one down? Come on.
Gosh, he need to be on the sand, bro.
This is great. I think this is damn near. Yo, this is fire.
come on, cop that, bro. You got
How
it.
much is that? Let's look that up. Let's do the conversion.
Ooh wee.
Looking at some water.
I mean, I would prefer you right on the water, but whatever. We could work things out. I would prefer you right on the water. I would prefer
No,
that for
I
me.
agree with
A
you.
mil
Personally.
7. They'll take a mil 4.
1.7 mil for a 4,200 square foot loft? That's not even bad, dog. On the
Nah,
beach?
that's expensive. I think that's expensive.
I don't know. I feel like that's pretty good for that.
I'm not really familiar with the Indian housing market.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Relative to America, I feel like, come on. What are you
On the
talking
water,
about? Yeah.
400,000 square.
That's a $10
4,000
million house in Cali.
Yeah. It is an
It's
apartment,
not
though. It's not like we need a compound. Bro.
I think
we
they
need to own the land.
Yeah, we gotta look.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get this going.
All right, we're going to figure this out.
That would be fire, though.
How about y'all? Y'all do anything interesting?
Nothing like this.
Al had trouble with his flights or something.
So no, entire weekend, but it was just that whole outage situation.
Yo, what happened with the outage?
Microsoft, dude, a fucking automatic update, apparently.
It's a company called Strike Force, and they sent out an automatic update that bricked a lot of computers, blue screened a ton of
Every
computers.
computer.
Basically
not
all
every-
computers. And the problem was that they
only
can't
the-
fix it automatically. It wasn't that we fucked up, we'll resend another update or revert all the computers. all the computers had to be manually fixed.
Yeah. I feel like encrypted, you have to put in the 48-digit code to like get it back online.
So if you're like a college with like 1,200 computers on it, that's a long weekend. And then it shut down all the flights, and it's like it was like one of the times where it shut down the most amount of flights since like 9/11.
Oh, wow.
It's like a crazy amount of flights.
Every airline except who was Alaskan Air.
Yeah, Spirit.
Spirit don't give a fuck. They barely run it.
They don't update
They
their
don't have
shit.
computers. Yeah. They go by sextant. I think they're still going by the moon. But yeah, it knocked everything out, so no one could fly.
Yeah, we were delayed as fuck coming from.
But it got resolved fairly quickly. It didn't affect my life at all.
Nothing.
If you, the only way you feel is if you had to fly that
coming
day.
back.
Yeah. Bro, it is.
Supposed to be back yesterday, and then pushed my shit 24 hours.
Really?
Oh, so it's still affected.
Yeah, it's still like a chain effect.
Because everything got backed up.
Yeah. So now the problem is getting flight crews because they have a certain amount of time they're allowed to work. And so when you try to pull people from different crews, and then if they're about to go over their time, they're like, oh, no, you can't fly on this plane because it's going to go over the time. So now
Cleared up by Friday, yo.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for a while.
Oh, you think it will be bad for a while?
It's still. Just yesterday, like my flight got pushed 24 hours because they didn't have 3
that's
crew
crazy.
members. Yeah.
Miles got it the worst. Miles bought NCAA football.
And I paid extra money to play it early. You can play it on the Friday, or you could pay extra and play it for 3
How
extra
much
days.
extra?
Like $100.
Do they have like a...
To play it 3 days early.
$100?
$50 maybe. I don't
Okay,
remember what it
just
was.
real quick. Do they have like
Play? What is
generational teams? Like, you know how you could play...
As the Mannings or some shit?
Yeah, like back in the day.
I'm not certain. They would. I don't know.
Could you play like Sandusky coach Penn State?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. You might get Paterno version.
What version?
Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno was the coach.
Paterno.
Yeah. Joe Pa.
But yeah, he got it 3 days early, spent $100, and then couldn't play until the day it was available.
You got to get that money back,
crazy.
Miles.
Microsoft's having a lot of problems. I'll get it.
Yeah, you'll get it.
Oh, it was Xbox?
Yeah.
Microsoft, dog. What the fuck are y'all doing?
One of the fun things about the post-truth era is that when these like global cataclysms happen, we're so desensitized because we're just like hearing fucked up shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like I was way too calm about everything that happened the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it might have been that I was out like at the Hamptons and I'm chilling and like, dude, the president got fucking shot. I'm like, oh my God, like is paddle going to be open tomorrow? Like, I'm like, it's so easy to just be in your bubble. And I guess maybe that's what happens to New York and maybe more so California. New York, you actually have to be in the street. You have to like walk places. But imagine like you're like a rich person from California, right? And you're living most of your life in your house. Right? Some shit happens, it's really fucked up, but then you go walk on your yard and you look out to this beautiful view, you take a swim in your pool. Like, it doesn't feel as annoying. It doesn't feel as stressful. Like, in New York, you feel it. Like, when the Black Lives Matter marches were happening, like, you couldn't avoid it. Like, you see it. It's right there. They're not feeling that shit in Santa Barbara. They're not feeling that shit in San Diego when you're living in this, like, beautiful 2-acre house. And out there, out east, man, nobody was, people were joking around about it. They said, yeah, there was assassination attempt on Trump. Like, they shot him like 5 times and missed. And then I can't say who, but someone was like, yeah, bro, I thought it was Bronny James that tried to shoot him. Like, it was, people were just joking around like it was nothing. And what is that? Like,
I don't know.
Why are we so desensitized to these things that are, they should like...
Yeah, it was wild how desensitized I was to my initial reaction was like, all right, here we go. I just got to deal with people yelling. That's what I was annoyed by.
That's funny. For me, it's the opposite.
Tell me.
I was just glued to every news station. I wanted to get updates, find out all the tea. Like shit was like the fucking Super Bowl.
I was interested in tea, don't get me wrong, but like, so I had one of my boys hit me, and I will protect his identity, but a friend of all of ours, and he hit me, he said, you got to get security for your family. He goes, get security for your family. Shit is about to go down in America. Anybody talking about these political issues could potentially be a target. You got to be ready. You got to lock down. Be careful out there. I love you, brother. And I was like, is paddle going to be up? Like, I think the only thing I could think about.
Yeah. Well, I think urgency is a greater thing than importance.
Explain that.
Yeah, I mean, like the president getting shot at is like more important than like your kid's football game.
Yeah.
Your kid's football game is like more urgent. You know what I mean? Like on like a grand scale. So you're like, yeah, I gotta go to my thing today, or like I have work or whatever the fuck. So like Yeah, you just what's in front of you. Like my whole family lives in the suburbs. Like they were talking about it, but they're just like, yeah, we had a birthday party for my niece, so they all went out and just like drank, and you know what I mean. Like
I truly wonder. I remember being younger, and I hate to chalk this thing up to like having a little bit more financial freedom, but like I remember being younger, being so invested in everything that happened, like watching every fucking YouTube video that would come out about this issue and that issue. And maybe I just have like, I mean, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like maybe there's like an exhaustion that happens with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
you also have more shit to tend to.
That's true.
I mean, you have a wife, you have a baby.
My
like,
baby's like engaging with me. Yeah. Oh, dude,
that's urgent.
You get to make her laugh, and like you connect. Like she spilled some shit for the first time. I was like, oh, it's lit.
Yeah.
Like I went and got my wife this coffee that I knew she really wanted, and the straw was sticking out of the coffee, and she hadn't even taken a sip, and she put her sugar in it and put her like cinnamon on top. She's ready to have the perfect coffee, this shit. And I saw the baby reach for the straw, and I was like, get that shit. Knocked that whole fucking coffee down. I was like, ooh, it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, the coffee assassination is more interesting.
Way more.
It's more urgent.
Yeah, exactly.
This is kind of fucked up. I don't know if we have to cut it, but so I went to the gun range when I was out in San Diego, and I'm like, I wonder how hard that shot was. So I tried to put the target out the same distance, but the range we was at, it only went 100 yards.
And how far was the shot? 300, 400?
Oh, I thought it was 160 yards.
That's it?
Yeah, I think so.
This guy's a loser. Dude.
Yeah.
This guy's a fucking loser.
It's hard to impress Akaash.
I know, right?
You gotta have a $600 million wedding for Akaash to be like, yo, people are fine.
Execute or don't, dude. Execution is worshipped. You know what I mean? Literally.
Fair
execute.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you went.
I put it all as far as I can go, 100 yards, and I was using a rifle, hit it multiple times.
Now,
not bullseyes, but it's like we had like the person target, and all shots hit.
You hit body though, because I saw what you posted on Instagram.
I was aiming for body,
but my man was aiming for head. He's a hero.
Well, he's an idiot.
You can't aim for body.
Bigger target.
No, but body. That you assume that they got the vesty on.
So you got one of those big ass bullets.
It goes right through.
That shit is that's taken about.
Really, even the. It will go through a what is it called? Kevlar vest.
Well, I don't know about that, but Trump wasn't wearing Kevlar.
I would imagine they put him in a.
No, you think he wears Kevlar when he's like doing a?
You think they put him in like a minimum vest, like a cheap vest?
No, I
like
just
a Hanes.
don't think he's wearing anything. I thought it's like, hey, this is supposed to be secure. So
either no
happens.
vest or whatever the best vest is. He's not doing anything in between.
No.
I imagine they would clown him if he wore some shit and it was obvious. They'd be like, oh, he's scared, but you should be scared. Yeah. Bro, we were looking up the stats. You remember this, Mark? We were looking up the stats of the amount of presidents that there's been an assassination attempt on. Mm-hmm. It's coming in at like 25%.
Really?
That's
also,
the most.
Let the record show, all of them have had attempts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. How many have actually been shot?
Yeah, 3 have been shot, 4 have been assassinated.
So that's 7. I thought we got up to 12 with.
So then there were other ones where it's like bullets got fired past them. And then like someone threw a grenade at Bush one time.
Yeah.
And the shit just didn't go off because it had a handkerchief wrapped around it. Like there's so many of those.
So we're looking at I think we got to 12 where there was like a bullet actually missed them or hit, but a bullet was shot at. A job where 25% of the people are in killable situation, like literally, that's more than ice road truckers. That's more than the gas station attendant. Like, this is a. I don't know. Maybe I'm detached from how dangerous being president is.
I think most of us are. I don't think most of us know the numbers that
they all have assassination.
Everyone.
How did Barry make it past?
Wait,
Barack?
Oh, he had a bunch. There was a dude that shot bullets like at the White House, thinking that that he was outside. And then there was a bunch of other ones that like just got made.
Take the shot you get, bro. But there was the thing. I remember when Barack was.
That's like what happened to you with the parking lot shots. Like Barack rolling on the ground. Everybody's like,
they probably got bulletproof glass at the White House. But I remember when we were in DC, there is a restaurant we ate at. Do you remember this restaurant we ate at? You actually came to the hotel.
Yeah.
Capitol?
I think it was the Capitol Hotel or something like that, or the American Hotel, whatever the fuck it is. And it's literally across the street from the White House. And at the restaurant that's on the roof, you can look down.
Oh, that's right.
On the White House. You look down on the lawn and you look down on, there's the lawn in the front and there's the lawn in the back. And I saw that and I was like, oh, the president just can't walk around.
Yeah.
Like, because nobody checked me for weapons or nothing. I just walked into this and I went upstairs to eat calamari. If I had anything. So when you're president,
Stop giving them ideas.
so I know. I feel bad even saying it, but like low key, it made me feel like a little bit of empathy for them. Like they are in a shoebox the entire presidency.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's why
That job sucks.
And that's why they got to go to Camp David.
Yeah.
Camp David is walk around outside.
Yeah, they can drive on Camp David. That's the only place where presidents are allowed to drive a car.
Yeah.
But then Trump's at his fucking golf shit
Because they could block it off.
for people getting inside. Gotcha.
bro.
Makes sense.
So I'm like, yeah, I need to get out.
Yeah.
Like I can't be just sitting in a fucking Oval
Cooped up,
Office all
yeah.
that. Yep.
Bro, Gerald Ford almost got murdered by 2 women at separate times. They pulled the gun on him, and like one of them misfired, and the other one didn't have any bullets
Go
in
figure.
it. Andrew Jackson, they tried to shoot him. The guy pulled out a gun misfires, throws it down, pulls up another gun. What? That one also misfires, and then Andrew Jackson beats the shit out of him with a can.
Fire.
That's so sick.
They try to pull him off. They go, "Yo, let me have him," and then he starts beating the shit out of him.
Let's go. And it took down the Fed.
Tried. But yeah, crazy, bro. He thought it was an inside job. Andrew Jackson was like, "Oh, this is a setup."
It was.
I kind of feel this one was.
And they've smeared him. They smeared his reputation because he was bad to Native Americans, like every fucking president was. That's what happens when you take down the Fed, bro.
Yeah, never forget.
I remember this
You
fucking
remember when I went on that one?
run.
See, that was when I was into YouTube videos.
Yeah.
The last one that I watched was the way I felt about the world. I could have been radicalized. Thank God I'm not watching them shits no more. Anything Mark sends me, I go, what is this? I got to vet it before.
This was good. This was good.
Okay, boys. First of all, great to see y'all again. So stoked
Yeah.
that you got to have this weekend.
Thank you, man.
I mean,
Fucking
really
amazing.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. Yo, it was good to see y'all. Yo, Flagrant, we really gave them a pump fake with the episode. Like, I just want to let y'all know we were all away and we were in the group chat like, yo, we have to. We're in the group chat. We're like, yo, we got to come in. We got to do this episode. Like, this is huge and people are going to need it. And my mom texted me because I told her I just went out there and I was like, yeah, I'm going to take some time off. And I think this happened. So I'm actually going to go in. And my mom texted me this: take the 10 days off. Life is short and can end at any moment. I'm only your ma. So what do I know? And my mom had just had surgery and
Shit is
to get her.
scary.
It's just how ominous,
I know.
bro.
Why are you talking like that?
Yo, I think it's like she was like she's a tank, like nothing. And then she has this gallbladder thing. They got to take the gallbladder out, and like obviously everything with my dad. And I think she's starting to realize her mortality a little bit. And I remember sitting there, and I'm out with my family and my fucking wife and my daughter there, and we were out there. Dove and Mark came out, and I was just like sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I think it's okay to take some time for you. I think we've dedicated about 17 straight years to trying to achieve everything, that we wanted. And you've earned a fucking 10-day stretch, even though that there was an assassination attempt. And I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great ep.
I'm glad we did it.
You want to talk about pump fakes? I called the Patreon episode Secret Service Dropout. So they wanted it.
I cannot.
They wanted it. They were so mad at me, and I apologize, patrons. I really apologize.
Anyway, patrons, we got something cooking for you this week. It will be fun.
Let's go to Patreon.
Yeah, let's get it. We're going to go to Patreon right now. Join us over there, patreon.com/flagrant. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. I hope y'all enjoyed Shits and Gigs. It's a really fun episode.
Yeah,
so I want you to check that one out if you haven't checked it.
Really cool guys.
Yeah, good peoples. Lie about their dicks, but it is what it is.
We all did.
Oh my God.
He admitted it. That's admission right there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Peace.